When the first RPI rankings for the season were announced, the Cowboys found themselves at the top of the heap in 3A, using a formula based on total balance. Grantsville keeps you guessing, with passing and running yardage nearly identical each game. Tonight, they visit a band of Scots who are undermanned but still anxious to defend their home turf. It's a 3A edition featuring the top team in the state on Friday Night Rivals.
America First Credit Union Friday Night Rivals, presented by R.C. Willey.
Good evening. Welcome to a beautiful setting here. We're just below Ben Lomond Mountain. As Ben Lomond, the Scots will take on the number one team in 3A, the Grantsville Cowboys. Dave Fox along with Alema Harrington. Frank Dolce will join us on the field shortly. Love being up here. We have not been to Ben Lomond. We've come up here. We've seen the school. We thought we've got to get up here. The backdrop's beautiful. We'll show you that throughout the broadcast. Well, let's talk about this Grantsville team. And one of the reasons they're number one is they do. I mentioned balance in that open, but Jaden Atkinson at running back. You don't put a body on him, you're going to be in trouble.
I'll tell you, Grantsville is, they're known for running backs. They've had so many great running backs over the year, and Jaden Atkinson is the next in line of all these greats. And he's kind of a low to the ground, but quick feet, and he can run inside, but he's very dangerous going to the outside. They'll try to get him off that tackle and get him some room to run.
So if you're going to try to get in his way, it's going to start with your defensive line, and Caden Lopez, he leads the Scots in tackles for this defense.
Yeah, very much so. He is that leader that, in 5 games so far this season, he's accumulated 40 tackles on the year. He's that guy that if you're going to have success tonight and hope to slow down this Grantsville offense, then it's going to have to be a big night for Caden Lopez, both on the field and then just his leadership. The situation that the Scots are dealing with right now, they need guys to step up and be leaders.
Hey, the Scots are wearing red tonight. How about that? With those powder blue helmets. And we're excited to get things going up here at Ben Lomond. High school football is coming your way right now. It's Grantsville and Ben Lomond right here on KJazz TV. America First Credit Union's Friday Night Rivals is brought to you by the University of Utah, Mr. Mack, R.C. Willey, and Strong Auto.
Mike seems to be having more fun with his money.
Really? Because you've got your book, and I'm roasting hot dogs and marshmallows. Yeah, they're probably having more fun.
Get your money working with a low-rate RV or power sports loan now at America First.
You're even prettier than the day we met.
Thanks, babe.
Your Honour, I object to this entire line of questioning on the grounds that it is not only irrelevant, but it also seeks to prejudice the jury against my client by introducing speculative and unfounded...
By the power of Keltron, I cast Magic Missile!
You're the youest you in your home. So make it your home, your way with R.C. Willey.
The challenges of college are easier to overcome when you're embraced by community. Surrounded by beauty. Inspired by quality. And empowered by opportunity. It's all here at Weber State. Find your brilliance.
McGee's Stamp and Trophy is Utah's #1 awards and engraving company. McGee's will help you brand your business and recognize the people who make it a success. McGee's has a passion for excellence that will make your accolades more meaningful. From custom-cut acrylics and crystal awards to framing, engraving, and sports memorabilia. If you can dream it, we can achieve it. Let McGee's take care of all of your awards and recognition needs. McGee's Stamp and Trophy in Orem, American Fork, and Salt Lake City.
Your favorite comic and pop culture convention is bringing celebrities from all of your favorite fandoms to your backyard September 26th through the 28th. This is your chance to get a photo opportunity or autograph from your favorite TV and movie actors. Check out the cosplay, free panels, comic artists, authors, vendors, and more. Plus, children 10 and younger are free with an adult ticket. Use promo code UTAH for a limited time discount.
Isn't it only fitting that the Scots have a Scotsman playing a bagpipe as they come out onto the field? How cool is that? Up here at Ben Lomond, named after Mount Ben Lomond, which is just north of us here. Let's go down on the field right now. Frank Dolce standing by with the Scots head coach Lyndon Johnson. Frank.
Lyndon, yeah. I have Coach Johnson right here with me. We were just, I don't know if you can get a shot of this behind us, but, you know, they talk about the stadiums in Utah being some of the most beautiful stadiums in Utah. I think you have it right here. Like, you may win the prize.
Yeah, I've coached almost every one of them, and this is as pretty as it ever can be. The Mount Ben Lomond to our north, and then the Wasatch line is pretty pretty. It's nice.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, tell me one thing you'd really like to see your team do well tonight.
Run the football, control the clock.
Absolutely. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thanks, sir.
There you go. Run the football, control the clock. Coach's Corner is brought to you by Wendy's. The $1 Frosty deal. Try our fan favorite smooth, thick, mouth-watering dessert for just $1. Check out our keys to the game, brought to you by America First Credit Union. America First, proud to support high school athletics and your local community. Become a member today. What do you got for us?
I'm going to start with Ben Lomond. I'll pick up where Coach just left off, and that is you got to possess the ball. That means you got to run the ball, take time off the clock. And if you're Grantsville, man, it's a tradition. Run wild.
Back to receive. Gavin Rivera's got the ball at the 10-yard line, and here he comes. We are underway with the Utah State University kickoff, the state's #1 student experience on campus. And out comes this Ben Lomond offense. Joel Carrillo is the quarterback for this team. Not a lot of yardage so far this year. It has been tough sledding for this Ben Lomond team. They don't have a win yet. In their first 4 games, they failed to even score. Take a look at our players to watch, though, for that Ben Lomond offense.
Well, you start off with Carrillo, and he's a sophomore. Gutierrez is a nice runner. He's a senior. And then you got Nolasco at that offensive line spot.
Ball is fumbled, and Carrillo lands on it. You mentioned him being a sophomore, Lemma.
Yeah.
Gavin Rivera Jr., Espinoza Jr. They just littered with underclassmen. A couple of sophomores, a couple of juniors.
You know, when we're talking about scheduling games, last year, Ben Lomond looked good. But they were senior laden, right? They had a lot of seniors on that team, so they graduated a lot of guys. And so this is kind of the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows and the peaks and valleys of high school football.
So after falling on the ball for a 2-yard loss, 2nd down and 12 for the Scots. And it's tough sledding against this defensive front led by Porter Davis there. You saw him, number 87, get in there first, and a bunch more that are along with him. Take a look at our players to watch, brought to you by Robert J. DeBry for this Cowboy defense.
You know, a couple of guys in the secondary, 2 safeties, Butler and Bunderson, both with a lot of tackles, and Bunderson's got an interception on the year, and Talon Butler with 38 tackles and 5 sacks on the season.
So already a 3rd and long. Line to gains the 35-yard line. And trying to pass the ball, just no time at all. This defensive front getting very little opposition. Take a look at the replay, how quick they got in there.
Well, you got guys coming through completely untouched. Chittister is coming through, and nobody even got a hand on him, and he had just a free run to the quarterback.
Yeah, that has to be a little miscommunication up front, Alema, as they tried a little play-action pass, and as soon as quarterback Carrillo turned around, he had nowhere to go. 2 men bearing down on him for a big loss.
So already Ben Lomond's going to have to punt. And Jordan Fossen is standing at the Ben Lomond 45. And the kick from Kai Yanagibashi is fielded at the 50. And Fossen gets the right edge, and more, and Fossen could go all the way, just barely got pushed out of bounds just outside the 10-yard line. So they'll begin this drive inside the red zone. There is a flag
illegal block here, so this will come back, but a great return.
There's a player down clear back at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and it does not look good. That's number 14. Ben Lomond, they're looking at his right knee right now, and he immediately called for a little assistance on the field as soon as he took a hit.
On the return, block in the back, receiving team, 10-yard penalty, first down Grantsville.
Yeah, you'll see it right here. There's one that took place right by the sideline. There are a couple of plays there. That's Hammond that's down, and you hate to see any kind of injury here for. Excuse me, I'll correct that. It's actually, I'm trying to find a number here on our roster.
We don't have a 14 on the roster that was just handed to us about an hour before the game.
14. He's headed over to the bench. Little assistance.
It's interesting, though, that just the attrition they've suffered up here in this last offseason. You look at their roster, it's about half the size of Grantsville's. You just don't have the numbers right now. All right, so here we go with Grantsville with the ball on offense, and right out of the gate, it's a strong first down. And they're still pushing all the way down inside the 10-yard line. I mean, that was like rugby. And Jaden Atkinson, we talked about him at the start of the game. That's why he's so tough. 31 yards. I think he was hit about 20 yards back. Take a look at the players to watch, brought to you by Robert J. DeBry for the Grantsville Cowboys. And Atkinson at the top of the list.
Yeah, there's Atkinson. You just saw him carry the ball. A great runner. I mentioned up the top of the broadcast, really quick feet. Van Vliet, your QB, just a sophomore, continues to learn and develop. And then you got Fossen at that wide receiver spot. Now, Van Vliet, he's a sophomore, but he played quite a bit last year. It might have been after the second game of the season. Their starter gets hurt. He comes in as a freshman, still learning along the way, but he's going to be a good one. 6'2", 190 pounds.
And Van Vliet, he tries that little shovel pass. That's an incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass, yeah. The thing that Coach Millward talked about his football team, Alema, was alignment and assignment. In this football team, in this football game. Get aligned, do your assignment, and he felt like they would be okay.
Well, it's a nice job by the Scots defense to come in and break up that play.
Here's the Ben Lomond players to watch for the defense. We talked about Lopez in our open.
Yeah, and you got Espinosa's got 32 tackles on the year, and one of the linebackers, Dupree Stewart, with 17 tackles on the season.
Second down, Atkinson inside the 5-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and goal from the 3.
You know, I've watched Atkinson run both on film and then here in warm-ups getting ready for tonight's game. He almost always, Frank, looks like he's doing like a ladder drill, like his
the high knees.
Well, his steps are always kind of choppy.
Yeah.
He's just, he's quick-footed.
Yeah, he gets his feet up and down. You might call him twitchy.
He's still trying to sell twitchy. Good luck with that.
I think that's catching on. Uh-oh. Pressure coming. Van Vliet gets to the edge, gets to the end zone. First score of the game, and the Cowboys are in.
Good pressure up the middle from Ben Lomond, but nobody with the contain assignment. And so that means that Van Vliet's got a free run to the end zone.
Coach Johnson talked about his defensive ends especially needed to keep contain. There's a good lesson right there. Van Vliet able to break contain and get into the end zone.
Point after, up and in from Brent Knickerbocker, the junior kicker.
That's a great name for a kicker.
Knickerbocker. How about that?
I should just call him Kickerbocker.
His team is on the board. The fancy footwork of Dallin Van Lee on American First Credit Union's Friday Night Rival.
You know you can trust Victor's tires. When it's time for new brakes, trust Victor's. Does your vehicle need new shocks or struts? Come to Victor's for service you can trust. And of course, Victor's can help you finance your repairs. Victor's Tires, the place you can trust.
You can feel the excitement in the air. Brand new Volkswagen under $8 a day. A big old strong Volkswagen. Strong VW is coming up big. Brand new Volkswagen under $8 a day. Taos and Jetta under $8 a day. Even Tiguan under $10 a day. And Atlas has 2.9% for 60 months. And you got a lifetime warranty, no charge. Strong Volkswagen. StrongVW.com.
You know you can trust Victor's Tires. Trust Victor's for all your service and repairs. And of course, that includes flat repairs. From oil changes to alignments, repairs, and tune-ups, Victor's has you covered. Victor's Tires, the place you can trust.
This memorable moment is brought to you by Young Automotive. In 2023, Ben Lomond traveled to Evanston for a battle in late August. Manasseh Tuatagaloa connected with Davian Munoz for a 20-7 lead going into the break. They would hook up again in the third quarter to keep Evanston at an arm's length as both guys were having explosive performances. In the fourth quarter, they put the game away going deep for 58 yards. Tuatagaloa had 526 yards on the day and 6 touchdowns. Munoz caught 3 of them for 221 yards. Ben Lomond picked up a 39-21 win. This memorable moment is brought to you by Young Automotive.
Man, is Tony incredible? Or where did he find this
Did Tuatagaloa have over 500 yards passing?
That's what he said.
Did he say
Good grief.
Tuatagaloa?
Tuatagaloa.
Not to be confused with Tua.
There's our Cafe Rio scoring drive. You saw there, 4 plays. And apparently Alema has found the Cafe Rio nearby, so that's good news.
Yeah, they don't know Cafe Rio is safe when Alema's
no, which is actually a good thing. All right, Ben Lomond trying to get something going now. Get the kick return up near the 20-yard line for the Scots.
You know, I want you to take a look at the Cowboys, the Grantsville Cowboys defense. And I want you to take a look across those starters there, Dave and Alema. I want you to tell me if you can find anybody over the 200-pound mark on that Grantsville defense.
You know, the nearest one is 195, so Coach Millward was not kidding when he told us that.
I know.
Porter Davis, number 87, is 6'1", 195. The others go 165, 185, and yet they're so good. Indeed, they're just athletic. That ball gets maybe a yard, and the attack again. I'm looking over. I mean, they shut out Beaver. They've had a couple of close games, but they've really been stout. They got a game coming up in a couple of weeks against Morgan that's going to be epic. Top 2 teams in 3A. We'll show you the RPI coming up a little bit later on. So a gain of 2, second down 8. Ben Lomond last season 6-5, went to the playoffs, had a good year. Of course, they're probably most famous for Emmett White. And how about that? Good run on second down, very close. Let's check the spot. It's going to be about a yard shy, so a 3rd and 1 coming after Jackson Funk carries the ball.
You're talking about great players from these schools, and I played with a kid that came out of Ben Lomond High School when I was at BYU, and this guy was an absolute superstar. Eddie Green was his name, and he's still in the community, has been around this program, but he was a running back and a linebacker back in the day. And his junior year had some injuries his senior season. His junior year, he averaged 16 tackles per game.
Oh, my. So they ended up giving him the first down, by the way. And here goes Funk again. Good little carry there. Pick up of 5 yards. That's an unbelievable stat.
Yeah. So I don't know if Eddie's at home watching this game, but Just giving you some love, Eddie Green.
And he was one of your teammates.
One of my teammates at BYU. Fantastic player. Played defensive line for the Cougars.
Well, you and I were talking to the coach, as you said, and they remembered him the moment you said.
Yeah.
You didn't even say his name. And he said, "Oh, you mean Eddie Green?"
Yeah.
Did they say that about you too?
Only I'd put a hole.
Second down. Pushing the pile, getting 2 yards. Perhaps the most famous Scot maybe the most productive, Emmett White.
Yeah.
The 1997 graduate. He's the all-time Ben Lomond leader in yardage. He had in his career 8,532 yards.
What?
8,532.
When he was playing in the Ute Conference too?
That means he's going over 2,000 yards every season.
That's incredible. And, we're talking about, Grantsville has been known over the years for great running backs. And there's a time when they were kind of an I formation type of offense. They're more of a spread now. But some great running backs came out of that program.
Ben Lomond started with 3 straight negative plays, and prior to that one, they had 4 straight positive plays. Big hit at the end of that one, so that was on 3rd down. Now you got 4th and 4.
That complete overload, Frank, on that right side of the line, right? They put both their tackles on the right side and a tight end. So trying to get outside.
And so Grantsville recognized that. And did you see the pursuit of Grantsville? I thought that Funk was going to get to the edge, and it got shut down so quickly he had nowhere to go and forced this 4th and about 5 in a punting situation.
Yeah, Mason Butler, the safety, coming up and helping to make that stop.
That's a good play on defense.
Yana Gibashi is his 24-yard line, and Jordan Fossen back at the 27-yard line as they try to flip the field here, sneaking in one more lineman there. And here we go. The play clock expire?
Well, I would say yes, but there's no play clock.
So the officials counted down, and that's exactly what happened.
5-yard penalty. 4th down.
You got this beautiful multi-million-dollar facility, but no play clock.
Yeah. And look at, the Coach Johnson was not. Look at this scenery.
This is beautiful.
Oh, it's amazing. Fantastic.
Colors are starting to change in the mountains. It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful up here. All right, this time we've got the punt, and it is away. And Fawcett tells everybody clear out, goes out of bounds. We'll see where they spot it, right around the 40-yard line. And when we come back, Grantsville has the lead and the football on American First Credit Union's Friday Night Rival.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans. Now, with no payments for 90 days.
Conference is world class, making everybody say, get ready for game day. Calm down, let's get real loud. Make some noise, all you girls and boys. Scream it out right now, get ready for game day. 'Cause your conference came to play. So turn it up, set it off.
You have guys on a football team that would not necessarily be hanging out if they weren't on the football team together, and that's a cool thing.
Caden Lopez, middle linebacker, Ben Lomond. I like the Seattle Seahawks.
Caden Lasco, offensive tackle, defensive tackle, Ben Lomond, and Raiders are the best team.
Okay, so we got Seahawks and Raiders.
Which Raiders?
The Raiders. Those Raiders.
What do you mean, which Raiders? You mean
what Raiders?
Are you trying? Are you going
Texas
by
Tech, Red Raiders? I mean, which Raiders?
Okay.
I thought
Well,
you
they're
were
the
saying,
Red
is it
Raiders.
the L.A. Raiders, the Oakland Raiders, or the Las Vegas Raiders?
The Las Vegas Raiders just came up with a big win at Baltimore. They're going to win this week, too, because they have Carolina. What a catch downfield.
Oh, he did
catch that.
He held on to it.
Coverage.
Back of his helmet.
A helmet catch. Frank, you had a perfect view of that. This is a remarkable grab.
Well, it's good defense, and the defensive back got his hand up there in.
Look at that. It's like the helmet catch.
It is. And he was able to hang on.
You know, but he keeps his hand under the ball. We'll see if we can see from this angle if the ball actually did hit the ground or not. I don't think it did.
It doesn't matter if it hits the ground as long as you maintain control of the football.
That's David Tyree, the Giants, Super Bowl. Remember Eli Manning?
Yeah.
My stat people just reminded me of that. Jump ball, and again, another great catch. Ball's just throwing up there. It hung up long enough for Jordan Fawcett to catch a 24-yard touchdown pass. Frank, that was interesting. It just kind of hung up there.
Yes, it did. Hung up there in a stadium that has literally zero wind. If you look at the flag at the south end of the end zone, there is no wind in the stadium. That ball just floated through the air.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Look, it's like a punt.
Beautiful. Beautiful night.
So on for the extra point is Knickerbocker. And the kick is up, and it is good, and he remains perfect on the season. Tonight's game brought to you by America First, Utah's #1 credit union. Join the winning team today at your neighborhood branch or at AmericaFirst.com. America First, the corporate office, or just a little bit west of us here.
We just drove by it on our way up here.
They're just right out here.
Beautiful. Can I give you the stat of the game?
Uh-oh.
Here's the stat of the game. Grantsville. Wait, you have that. You have this wrong. The first game of the year, Grantsville played, not Grantsville.
Yeah, I know that's a mistake. Okay. You don't need to point that out.
First
Nobody knows
game
that.
The year Grantsville did not play Grantsville. They played somebody else, and now I don't. Was it Box Elder? Maybe. It may have been Box Elder. Okay, listen to this. Grantsville scores 6 touchdowns in the game and makes a grand total of 0 PATs. Their opponent scored 5 touchdowns in the game and made a grand total of 0 PAT. So in that game,
they all went for 2.
No, they didn't go for 2. They missed 11 PATs.
Interesting, they sent me a stat sheet that showed Knickerbocker hitting all 15 of his PATs this year.
Well,
maybe they're using a different kicker.
They had a different kicker.
Oh, that's why. Because
was recruited from the soccer team.
What? Really?
Yes. Kickerbocker.
That is the stat of the game. Let's take a look at our scoring summary, brought to you by Cafe Rio. 2 plays, 60 yards, and Fossen with the catch. They're averaging 22.8 yards, Grantsville is, per first down. How about that? I don't know if that trumps Frank's stat, but that's pretty good.
No, that doesn't trump his stat. Good numbers, but doesn't trump. Doesn't trump Frank's.
I'll go ahead and let our statistician crew know.
How many do you have in the crew tonight?
I have 3 tonight. Well, actually, if you count Tyson's son, 4. He's up here studying.
Miley's got her husband.
Miley's got her husband here. Tyson's got his son. Yeah. They just cannot live without each other.
Out of that whole crew, who has the best shoes?
For your game, make it 2nd down and 6.
By the way, that opening game, Miley's wearing. Oh, she's wearing Jordans. Okay, that's a Jordan 2. I don't know if you're into those, 11 Jordan 2. I'm wearing green Jordan 1.
I'm a Jordan 1, 3, and 11 guy.
I'm a 1, 4, and 11. By the way, Frank, that opener for Grantsville was against San Juan. 36-9.
Here we go.
And look at this. We've got another strong auto first down.
I was wondering, when they would incorporate the quarterback into the run. They keep trying to get the dive play going. And so now the defense has to key the dive every time. And because of that, quarterback able to get to the outside.
Yeah, and they load up that right side of the offensive line and then run to that side. And Coach Johnson told us before the game, Frank told you, again, reiterated, you know, the key for them is going to be to run the ball. He wants to see them run the ball well tonight.
So first down yardage. Going off the left side, Jackson Funk, and he's met by a whole bunch of Cowboys.
1 yard gain on the play.
Hey, you already know RC Willey has everything for your home. You may not know they also have gaming systems. I know 11 knows this because we've been preaching it for a while. You can get PS5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, or Arcade One-Up at RC Willey. What system? What are you?
We're Xbox X.
You're Xbox. Yeah, that's what we're
at the Harrington household.
What are you at the Fox household? Atari. Atari. Pong.
But by the way, I just got to mention this for all the dads out there. Go get the system now. Like, go pick it up now.
No kidding.
Don't wait till November. Certainly don't wait till December.
What was that movie where
Jingle All the Way?
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah. As a guy that's lived that nightmare before, don't do it.
Well, big second down here. Ben Lomond really needs to be a little more productive on first down. This being behind the chains is difficult for an offense that hasn't really thrown the ball that well this year.
You know, it's always interesting when you make comments like that, right? And it's like, you know, if you pull the guys together and say, hey, you need to be more productive on first down.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're not trying to be productive on first down.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I'm not saying like, hey, guys, be more productive on. It's like
I'm like,
if they want to be successful, then they need to be
we hadn't considered. We had not considered it until you mentioned it.
The way that you misinterpreted what I was saying, then it makes it sound like that. I mean, then you'd say, hey guys, go throw a touchdown on this play, and then you go throw a touchdown on that play. Maybe that's the play. We'll see if they dial that one up.
Second down 9.
The overloaded line of scrimmage.
Oh, that penetrated. Oh, I think they landed on it.
Forced fumble and fumble recovery. Big play.
It looked like Carrillo wanted to pull the ball, and Funk didn't really release the ball, and on his hip it just kind of tumbled to the turf, and
This game is brought to you by
Grantsville, Johnny on the spot defensively, scoops it up.
This is their route during the first
we got a bunch of numbers here that are not on the roster or the two deep. So we're trying to scour through all of the resources that we have to figure out who 56 is.
Yeah, and they've given us updated rosters, and a lot of these kids just aren't on it. You know what I always say, you can only write down what they give you. Getting to the outside, we know who Jackson Jensen is, and he's got a strong auto first down as we approach the end of the first quarter here. Minute to play.
Number 5, Jensen.
Well, it's Grantsville offense. They'll test you inside and outside, and they set you up because they'll hit you inside for a few plays and then try to figure out if you're trying to play that tendency, and then they'll have something that will end up taking them outside, and they got plenty of room to run.
Ball at the Ben Lomond 23.
Right up the gut. Another first down run and into the University of Utah red zone, always climbing to reach our goal of unsurpassed impact. And Jaden Atkinson pretty much having his way.
17. First and 10 Cowboys.
Atkinson coming into this game with 758 yards. I wouldn't be surprised if he's within yards of getting to 1,000 by the end of this game, the way he's running.
Encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Offsides against the Scots, a 5-yard penalty.
You see that, Frank, after they pulled him off sides? Yeah. Everybody went through and shook hands with Van Vliet. I think it's like this commitment, like, okay, we're gonna try to pull him off sides. Nobody moved. And if nobody moves and they get them to jump off sides, then you get handshakes all around.
You get a handshake.
Way to go.
You know what I'd like? A milkshake.
Van Vliet gets out of trouble. Fires to the end zone. Jump ball is caught. And it's another touchdown for the Cowboys.
This time Thornton, 6'1", 185 pounds, his 4th touchdown on the season. Again, Van Vliet just flushed out of the pocket, but one time he ran for a touchdown. This time keeps his eyes downfield and is able to connect with Thornton for the touchdown.
Frank, guess who's kicking the point after?
Mr. Kickerbocker. And he hasn't missed.
He's still perfect. 21-0. Number 1 team in 3A, the Grantsville Cowboys. Let's take a look at our upcoming schedule, brought to you by McGee's. Oh, I'm excited for next week. Man, are we jumping things up as we go to Region 3. Lehigh at Skyridge, one of the better rivalries. It's not a long rivalry, but Skyridge, when they opened, they took a bunch of those Lehigh kids, and it is still a big rivalry. And then the next night, again, Lone Peak against American Fork. Lone Peak, of course, had that signature win over Corner Canyon a few weeks back. Those are all really good teams. We're excited to bring those to you next Thursday and next Friday.
I was talking on the radio earlier today with Hans Olsen and Coach Mack. We were talking high school football, and that Region 3 is a great representation of some of the, the best football in the state. And that group, that Region 3, and then Corner Canyon in their region, I'll tell you what, they are an impressive group of teams.
Touchback on the kickoff.
And high school football has just gotten so much better over the years in the state.
No kidding.
We're talking about what it takes to be a good football player in this state, and so much of it is, your teams have programs within the concept of what the team does, but there's so much individual training that goes on, and you got 7-on-7 leagues. Everybody's traveling to camps during the summer. There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, it's so much fun to see a lot of this as well. First down now. And once again, you're seeing some yardage here, but Frank, I know you love time of possession. Look how important this stat is. Yeah. So Grantsville has had the ball 3 minutes. Ben Lomon's had the ball 8.5 minutes, yet it's 21-0 Grantsville.
I guess they should be winning.
So there you go. That's the end of the first quarter. Number 1 team in 3A, the Grantsville Cowboys, have come into Scotsland, made some big catches, and 3 touchdowns. On American First Credit Union's Friday Night Rivalry.
Welcome to Sugar House Furniture, where we've been selling solid wood furniture at affordable prices for over 30 years. Whether you need a single piece or an entire room, find what you're looking for at Sugar House Furniture, your Mission Furniture specialist.
Your favorite comic and pop culture convention is bringing celebrities from all of your favorite fandoms to your backyard. September 26th through the 28th, this is your chance to get a photo opportunity or autograph from your favorite TV and movie actors. Check out the cosplay, free panels, comic artists, authors, vendors, and more. Plus, children 10 and younger are free with an adult ticket. Use promo code UTAH for a limited time discount.
Tavachi, the #1 address in the Salt Lake Valley for discerning homeowners. Located 1,000 feet above the city at the base of Big Cottonwood Canyon, only a handful of sites remain. Tavachi.
Light it. We can take people where most people cannot take them. The generations coming together.
That place was jumping.
The Triple Option, presented by Wendy's, wherever you get your podcasts.
You're not just any do-it-yourselfer. You use inspiration to bring projects to life. And just when a project seems too large, you head to your local Sunbelt Rentals. There, you'll find the latest in tools and equipment to make your next job your easiest project ever. Plus, they even deliver to your job site. Sunbelt Rentals, taking DIY projects to an all-new level.
Welcome to Sugar House Furniture, where we've been selling solid wood furniture at affordable prices for over 30 years. Whether you need a single piece or an entire room, find what you're looking for at Sugar House Furniture, your Mission Furniture specialist.
Beautiful scenery up here in North Ogden, and R.C. Willie would like to recognize a standout member of the Ben Lomond community. Here to receive the R.C. Willie Extra Mile Award is Shara Gouda. Shara's the cheer coach, also a member of the Booster Club, coordinates school dances, athletic banquets, senior graduation party, much, much more. You know, R.C. Willie says to be your best starts getting good night's rest, so they're giving Shara a Bedgear Linea pillow to get a good night's rest. R.C. Willie also has top mattress bands in stock, so you can sleep like a baby. Thank you, Shara Gouda, for going the extra mile. R.C. Willie, your home, your way. Check Frank's trunk. I think he's got 3 or 4 of those pillows in it.
Sometimes
bring me one in the back, Jack.
Sometimes I don't give the pillow to the recipient.
Notice that. All right, we are back 21-0. And Ben Lomond trying to get something going here. Last week they were at American leadership, actually jumped out to a lead, scored a couple touchdowns, ended up falling 21-14. Lyndon Johnson in his 6th year, though, great with these kids. You know, he's a former basketball coach, coached at Timpview or Brighton, a number of other schools for years, and made the switch to football.
I can't hear you.
You know, Jackson Funk's had a couple of nice carries where he just is able to dodge the initial rush.
It's literally 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
He did it again right there.
He did it again, and enough for a strong auto first down.
He just does a real quick little sidestep.
Slow getting up.
Yeah, you don't need that.
No, they do not. It's an offensive lineman.
We have the officials timeout.
Oh, that's the center, Gabriel Garcia.
Oh man, you just don't need another injury for this poor Ben Lomond football team. And
medical coverage of tonight's game is provided by Intermount Sports Medicine.
Garcia, the junior,
the official medical provider of Scots athletes,
anchors that offensive line. 5'10", 290-pounder will go to break while they attend to him.
There is nothing like a Wendy's Frosty. It's cool. It's creamy. It's only $1 right now. Wait, what? The one and only Frosty is $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
A little to the left, please. Thank you. A little more.
Oh, I'm okay. Get your money working, and for a limited time, get 0% interest for 6 months when you open a new Visa credit card at America First.
There is nothing like a Wendy's Frosty. It's cool. It's creamy. It's only $1 right now. Wait, what? The one and only Frosty is $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Football starts with Ute Conference. This is the Bantams from last week. Bountiful against Woods Cross. Bountiful's Logan Crimmins. What do you think is going to happen? When we show a kickoff, why do we show a kickoff?
Oh, because he's going to take it to the house.
To the house. Look at him knocking people over on the way. But, alas, Talon Carlson, the pass to Benjamin Daly. Woods Cross ended up with a win. Good game in the Bantams. If you're looking for the best gears, standout uniforms, logo gloves, intense competition, it's time to play. Football starts with Ute Conference. Find everything you need at Youth for Youth Football at ucfootball.org. Look at those beautiful mountains.
That's just gorgeous.
That's the range directly east of the school. And if you look a little to the north, we'll show you later on, you'll see Mount Ben Lomond, named for the same person that the school is named after.
Yeah, and actually,
Ben Lomond.
I think there's a Ben Lomond Peak in Scotland as well.
Right. That's how they got their nickname, the Scots. And on the option, there's not much room over there. Carrillo, well, you don't need him slow to get up.
Yeah, he got taken down hard.
Yeah, making his way back to the huddle. You know, this Grantsville team, it's small community Grantsville, and these are guys that have played together since they were about 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah, watch the end of this play as he gets taken to the ground. kind of rolled up awkwardly.
Second down, 9, 10, 28 play here first half. Ben Lomond does not have a passing yard yet. Jackson Funk's been a big part of this offense. That's his 12th carry of the game. So they've run 17 plays. He's got 12 of them.
Yeah, they're sticking with the game plan. They wanted to control the line of scrimmage, keep the ground game going, control the clock if possible. And then the last part of that dilemma is production, scoring productivity in the drives. They haven't been able to accomplish that quite yet. Stuck on their side of the field. I'm not sure they've reached the 50-yard line yet.
No, they haven't. Second down here. Funk again. Dupree Stewart also in the backfield, but Funk's been getting all the carries.
You hear off that mic, the field mic calling for the punt team. It's 4th down, and they're going to have to punt this thing away.
Well, Jordan Fossen's been busy.
You know, in seasons like this where, you know, you get depleted first by graduation and then some injuries and, you know, your enrollment is down a little bit.
Off-season transfers.
Yeah, you really got to, you just got to get back to basics. And it's very similar to, you know, what's going on at Westfield. It's almost like you're starting all over again in spite of the history that you have here at Ben Lomond.
Yana Gibashi's punt. Oh, it's muffed. But wisely, Fossen just falls on it.
Oh, big flag down
right
late.
Right where he landed on it.
At the Grantsville 34-yard line, there is a flag on the field.
I mean, there is no return on the play. It would be interesting to have an illegal block in that scenario. We'll see what they come up with.
Yeah, where they threw the flag using it as a beanbag. Spot foul.
During the return, block in the back, number 28. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down, Grantsville.
Well, you'll be able to see it, I think, on this angle here. That's the block in the back was right there.
Might have done it twice. 2 for 1.
Well, if you're going to block him in the back, you might as well block him in the back a bunch of times.
Why not?
Anything doing is worth doing right. Atkinson and Jaden, great carry on first down. That's what you like to see out of an offense is 7 yards. Speaking of offense, 191 yards per game passing, 192 yards per game rushing. That's about as balanced as you can get.
That's textbook balanced attack.
Tonight they're a little bit more pass heavy, 81 to 52, but got a lot of football to go. It'll balance out. Second and short. Here we go again. First down yardage and more, busting to that second level and inside.
Flag down.
The 40-yard line and hang on.
What are the pass attempts versus the rush attempts, though? I mean, I know the yardage is lopsided.
They have thrown the ball 5 times, completed 4 of them. They have rushed the ball. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
5 times. Well, now 6.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense, number 43. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced for the end of the run. First down.
Again, incredible balance. You got the call there from our referee, Bart Paul.
42-yard line, first and 10.
Watch Atkinson here. Not the biggest of backs, but really a strong runner. He's only 5'9", 155 pounds. But he runs a lot bigger than that.
So to your point, Frank, one more rushing attempt than passing. It's basically the way it's gone for them this season. I mean, they're just dead even. And there's another pass and attempt a little bit high as Van Vliet cannot connect.
That was as good a ball fake as I think we're going to see.
Yeah.
It fooled our top camera. Fooled me.
By the way, our camera on the roof, we got to get it. Well, maybe we shouldn't if OSHA's watching, but our guys up on the roof,
well,
they need hazard pay.
Yeah, this is how you whatever the situation is, you adjust and you accommodate whatever is going on. Our scissor lift is out on the street.
Yeah.
Our cameras are up on the roof.
Just the roof.
And Dave's in a classroom.
Yeah, I actually am. How about the keeper? We haven't seen this play tonight, Van Vliet. And he skips ahead very close to a first down. It looks like he'll be maybe a yard shy. Let's take a look at our eye in the sky. Brought to you by Sunbelt for all your equipment.
That all looks normal. They might be saying, wait a second, what's going on with the telephone poles behind him? Hang on, he's on the street. He's out behind the fence line.
Well, that thing's street legal.
It is. That is true. And they get Ben Lomond to jump off sides again.
Wait, are you making that up? Is that street legal?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, you can. No, you can
That
drive that
5-yard
down.
penalty results
brake
in
lights and
Grantsville.
headlights?
First down.
I drive it right down the street. That's the top of the roof. There's our cameras up there.
Look at these two.
Drive it down the street does not make it street legal.
Hang on a second. I'm pretty sure because I've driven it down the street to put on my Halloween decorations.
Oh, Halloween is coming up.
Get wide! Eddie, be alive! Eddie, be alive!
Oh, that pass just kind of got away from Van Vliet.
That is not where, I don't think that's where he wanted to throw the ball.
Well, I think that he anticipated that route might be a little more skinny.
Skinny pose was not skinny enough.
I think he was thinking it'd be up, closer to the hash mark. He was shooting more for an area.
Yeah. Well, sometimes...
Look at me. I'm bailing out the quarterback. What's going on, Frank?
Yeah. Well, it's
right.
finally working. The Jedi mind trick. Sometimes receivers will run to an open space. They're like, I don't want to go where that defender is. I'm just going to run over here.
Jackson Espinoza nearly had a shot at an interception. And here's how you get well. Give it to Atkinson. He finds the end zone.
Well, the quick feet of Atkinson once again. Good blocking up front. He basically went through here untouched. Got a couple of pulling, linemen from the left side to the right side to kick out. Didn't get contacted until he was in the secondary.
Knickerbocker for the point after. All righty, still perfect. Snuck that one in there. And it's 28-0, 6.5 to play. Just shy of that here in the first half. We're up here at Ben Lomond. The Cowboys putting on a show.
You know you can trust Victor's tires. Trust Victor's to keep your vehicle running smoothly. At Victor's, we'll change your oil, balance your tires, and make sure your front end is aligned. For all your vehicle needs, think Victor's. Victor's Tires, the place you can trust.
Your favorite comic and pop culture convention is bringing celebrities from all of your favorite fandoms to your backyard. September 26th through the 28th, this is your chance to get a photo opportunity or autograph from your favorite TV and movie actors. Check out the cosplay, free panels, comic artists, authors, vendors, and more. Plus, children 10 and younger are free with an adult ticket. Use promo code UTAH for a limited time discount.
You know you can trust Victor's tires. Trust Victor's to get your car ready for spring and summer road trips. Trust Victor's for those special wheels you've been looking for. And there's no credit check needed at Victor's. Victor's Tires, the place you can trust.
Friday Night Rivals is brought to you by Sugar House Furniture, Ute Conference, Young Auto, and Utah State University.
Jaden Atkinson. I play at Grantsville High School. I'm the running back there, and I like milk and cookies.
I love milk and cookies.
You know who else loves milk and cookies?
Every night.
Who does not like milk and cookies?
If you ever travel with Dave Fox, he has to have a chocolate chip cookie.
Oh, you remember
and
that,
milk
Frank?
every night.
Yeah. We were in, where were we? Birmingham.
Birmingham. We were everywhere.
We were all over.
When you guys were traveling full speed ahead?
We were full speed ahead, and then in week 7 they said
no more cookies.
Speed ahead.
We busted the budget on the cookies.
We had cookies on the flight while the rest of the team was eating full
Dennis,
meals. We knew we were in trouble once they cut out the cookies.
Yeah, Dennis Erickson told me it was a real deal.
Yeah, sure was.
And it was for 6 weeks.
Oh, yeah, I'm addicted to milk and cookies. By the way, Atkinson now. Let's start talking MVP candidate. How about 6 carries, 90 yards?
I'm telling you,
that's 15 yards a carry.
By the end of the game, if he plays the entire game, he will be knocking on the door of cool 1,000 yards. Comes into this game, I think it's 7:58.
19-yard line.
Scoring summary brought to you by Cafe Rio. At Cafe Rio, dig deep into flavor without digging deep into your pockets. What a score. You know what is disgusting, though? And I don't put up with this. People who dip their cookies.
What do you mean?
And that's awful. You do that in my house, I throw you out.
You can't dip your cookie
in
a cup of
nobody calls it dipping your cookies.
Well, dunking, whatever.
You dunk it.
No, not going to happen on my watch.
Oh, my heavens.
Carrillo back to pass. Always going deep. And just barely missed the outstretched fingertips of Jackson Espinoza.
That was just off the fingertips.
That is just what they needed at that point, is a big play. Wouldn't quite get it.
He's got to, step on the receiver. Safety's trying to come over to defend, and Espinoza just cannot haul it in.
Oh, man. That was the first pass attempt of this game, by the way, guys, for Ben Lomond.
I like the uniforms, all red with the, the traditional blue helmets.
I do, too. I didn't think you would.
Great looking uniform. Ole Miss.
Yeah, it kind of has that. On the keeper. And not much working for Carrillo. Speaking of Ole Miss, what a season. One Jackson Dart. My goodness.
That guy was the most college-ready quarterback I've ever seen in high school.
Yeah, I would agree.
Just didn't quite work out at USC, but man, did he find the right place to go.
Well,
and the right coach.
He found the right place and the right coach, and Lincoln Riley had his. I mean, the minute Lincoln Riley was hired, it was like Jackson Dart was looking.
Yeah, I'm sure Lane Kiffin was like, hey, I got a spot for you. Let's go.
I know where you can go. Right here.
Caleb Williams worked out okay. The Utes loved him.
Yeah, he did not like playing at Utah.
No, he didn't. 3rd and 8. Carrillo gives to Funk, and Funk just cannot stretch that out. So 4th down, another punt coming.
Well, Butler, the leading tackler,
and Funk
coming out of the secondary from that safety spot.
Funk is still on the field. Yeah, Funk, they've already lost a running back, Ben Lomond has, and Funk is filling in, and now he's down on the turf.
Bring your high school football family to FanX in
Well, you know what they say, when it rains, it pours, man. I'll tell you, it always seems to happen. They just have a season that snowballs.
Yeah.
Guys get injured.
Yep, just can't catch a break.
About a week ago, I got a call from the athletic director. He said, are you still going to do this game? I said, of course we are.
You mean
we made a commitment to this. Because it's just been so rough for him. Hey, coming up at the half, Sugar House Furniture halftime report. Get an update from our 2 News Main Street studios. You'll meet our American First Credit Union Scholar Athlete. We'll have stats and highlights in the Frank Dolce Show. Ben Lomond edition, featuring the one, the only. You know him, you love him. He's related to a former Hawaii Five-0 star, Alema Harrington.
Harrington.
Dave Nellis making an appearance down here at the Mac Shack. Handing out Pez. I think I got my Pez first, by the way, just so you guys know.
No, he already gave
I don't know if Dave Nelson is going to find us. We're like up in we're hidden. It took my stat crew. It's the only time I've ever seen him not step up on stats. They couldn't find where we were.
There's Dave. See him down here at the Mac Shack. He's got all the Pez.
He's the Pez,
Yeah.
Mr. Pez.
Pez guy.
Pez guy.
So Ben Lomond now has 29 total yards of offense. Funk has 19 of that. 11, what percentage is that?
28.
66%.
That's what I said.
Fossen on the return. Trying to get outside. Uh-oh.
Got a wall.
Watch out for Jordan Fossen. Cuts back. There's a flag way back at the 45-yard line, but a good-looking return. Most likely coming back.
Well, sometimes when you have a good-looking return, you get a little help from your friends, and it's not always legal.
Not sure it was even really needed.
Well, Alema, that seems to happen often on a return.
During the return, block below the waist, return team, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And it's nowhere near the play.
Well, this one was kind of probably a key block right there. I don't know that he was going to be able to get to him and bring Fossen down, but.
Well, and it definitely was blocked at the knee.
Yeah.
Certainly close to it.
Brings the ball back inside the 40.
What a nice run, though.
Grantsville's 39-yard line. First and 10 Cowboys.
All right, so that'll take it back to the 39-yard line. Grantsville and Ben Lomond have played each other 16 times. Grantsville leads the series 15-1. Ben Lomond actually won the first meeting they ever played in, and they haven't won since.
What year was that?
It was back in the 50s. You weren't around. Pass and catch outside. Extra yardage down near the 20-yard line.
Great stiff arm by Thornton. We're going to see a good look at it right here. Makes the catch. Defender coming at him. Gets a hand on the helmet and keeps him off his legs. Then heads down the sideline.
Peyton Thornton, the senior receiver. 28 yards on that last play. Van Vliet.
Oh, man,
nowhere to go.
Player from Ben Lomond is slow to get up, and he does make his way back to the huddle, but he was on the turf. I mean,
that was Dupree Stewart, too, one of our players to watch. Another one they gotta ill afford to lose. Well, at this point, you can't afford to lose anybody.
No. Yeah. That time, Nolasco doing a nice job making sure that Van Vliet didn't find a little extra room to run. Again, you get to this level, you got a lot of guys playing both ways.
That's the first negative play for Grantsville in this game. And Van Vliet firing downfield. Almost a one-handed catch by Jackson Jensen, but that falls incomplete.
We've seen Van Vliet really looking good on the run. He's rolling out, but that one just a little too much on it. Rivera there in coverage.
So third and long situation here for Grantsville. They haven't really faced this situation tonight. Now they've been explosive as well. So third and 11 shouldn't be too terrifying for this football team.
They're 2 for 2 on third downs, but none of them have been from 11. Just give it to 32, see what he can do with it. There goes Jaden Atkinson. Flag just flew in from about 20 yards down. That was a great toss.
This one, it is. This one's coming back.
2 flags.
Right in the same spot.
Holding offense, number 16, 10-yard penalty from the spot. Replay third down.
So a 10-yard penalty from the spot, so it's probably going to be third down at this point. Oh, there's the hold right there. You can see it, just a handful of jersey.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
So instead of, backing on them up from 3rd and 11 to 3rd and, 21, it's still 3rd and 12.
incomplete. Looking downfield, and Myers incomplete there. Everybody was covered.
Yeah, I think Warren wasn't sure if that was going to him or not.
Yeah.
He didn't make a play on the ball, and I think he thought it was going to the deeper route.
4th down and 14. What do you do from
Well, you're
here?
in no man's land here. It's not like, it's a pretty tough kick. So I think you keep your offense on the field. Try to get the first down. You can even throw a ball up for grabs and consider it a punt if it gets intercepted.
And quarterbacks love that.
Yeah, I would veto that immediately. I wave off the coach when he called that play. No, give me a different one.
Oh, pass caught inside. Need a few more yards. And stop just short.
Well, he's going to be shy.
I think it'll be
just
a yard shy.
Sure.
That's a big stop.
Great stop by the Scots.
By Ben Lomond. How about that?
Well, you talk about little battles, and there's one right there. Take a look.
Just a little inside, kind of a quick slant there. You got some blockers downfield. Basically a screen. You got linemen down blocking for you. And just a good job in pursuit, not giving up on this play. Give credit to that Ben Lomond defense.
Jordan Fawcett, by the way, boy, he does so much for this Grantsville team. He's a wide receiver. He plays safety. He returns kicks. Rarely ever even leaves the field. So that's the first possession for Grantsville in which they did not score in this game. So a little victory there for Ben Lomond. Grantsville's going to take the timeout. And we'll remind you that at Cafe Rio, dig deep into flavor without digging deep into your pockets. Starting at under $10. How about this? Try a Cafe Rio burrito bowl with 20 fresh toppings, a lemma.
Wait, a burrito
20
bowl?
to choose from. Yeah, what a score.
A burrito in a bowl.
I think I like that idea a lot. Just keep everything where you can, you can get to it.
Absolutely. I mentioned Grantsville is number one. The RPI came out this week. When the RPI comes out from the Utah High School Association, it looks quite a bit different from, just the local polls that we all do. But Grantsville up there at number one, ahead of Morgan, even though Morgan's undefeated. But it follows a formula. How about Ogden, by the way, at 4-0? We talked about their coach, Eric Thompson. Talked about him last night of that game. And there's Ben Lomond at number 12. Some good teams, though. Richfield is undefeated.
Yeah.
It's 3A battle. It's going to be a good one at the end of the season.
Grantsville takes that timeout. I think they're really trying to get one more possession before half here.
And on the option. Oh, the pitch right off his helmet.
That was a forward pitch, though.
Yeah, so incomplete pass.
Now, it's a legal pitch, obviously, but it falls to the ground. It's incomplete.
Was he past the line of scrimmage when he pitched it forward?
Man, that was really close to being a lateral. But that official is right there. That's right in his line of sight. So I'm going to give him the credit of the benefit of the doubt there.
That's a Robert J. DeBry. You make the call.
Having seen it again and then seeing the position of the official, Your Honor, I agree. I sustain the call on the field.
Excellent.
Good. Good.
You're out of order.
But that stops the clock.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. 3rd and 9. There's the screen. That is out of bounds.
So that is out of bounds. And so instead of being an incomplete pass, that's going to be marked where the ball went out of bounds.
Right. So that's going to be a loss of nearly 10, and they'll punt this one away.
I think they were going for a double pass on that one, Frank.
Yeah, it looked like they were setting up for the double pass on that play. And a key to the double pass is completing the first pass.
Good point. Can't complete the second if you don't complete the first. Jordan Fawcett back near midfield. He's been good tonight. Had one punt return for a touchdown that was called back. Waiting the kick of Kai.
Was that partially blocked?
I think it might have been. And Fawcett's got the ball, though. And he stepped out of bounds. Back at the 30-yard line. Will be on the 30-yard line.
No flags on the return.
But, Lemmy, you called it, that timeout.
Yeah.
And it paid off because they've got over 2 minutes.
Yeah, so they called the timeout to stop the clock on the run play.
Yeah.
And then you have 2 incomplete passes. Or 1 incomplete pass, and then a lateral that ends up going out of bounds stops the clock. So, you know, they got all kinds of time and only had to burn 1 timeout to get the ball back. Now they got great field position.
Again,
with 2 minutes on the clock.
Their average starting position in this game has been the 50-yard line. For Ben Lomond, it's been their own 22. Field position means a lot. We saw that last night in that Mountain Crest game. And the pass, Van Vliet wide open, middle of the field. And good open field tackle, but not before he gets all the way down to the 10-yard line. So a big pickup for Crew Warren.
Really nice design, little play action that time. And the linebackers step up, and then you release your receiver or your other running back, and he's got nobody out there because the linebackers are all up, trying to make sure that they're guarding Atkinson in the run.
21 yards on the pickup. Atkinson and Warren in the backfield. And it is Atkinson. And Atkinson so tough to bring down, and he finds his way to the end zone. It's another Cowboys touchdown. Atkinson has gone over 100 yards rushing and give him 2 touchdowns.
Remember the game we did earlier in the year where I think it might have been the Spanish Fort game. Every touchdown or every touchdown drive was 5 plays or less.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, this is 2 times that they've gone 2 plays and a touchdown for Grantsville, if I'm not mistaken. Check that with Tyson and the crew.
Point after for Knickerbocker. He remains perfect.
Nice blocking up front, but a lot of this done just by the strength and power of Atkinson.
And you were right, 11. These drives have been quick for Grantsville. I mean, even when you look at the total plays, they're 23 total plays.
20
and 5
23
touchdowns.
Total plays and 5 touchdowns. So you're averaging a touchdown every 4
or 5 plays. Yeah. So they're averaging 3.6 plays per drive on their scoring drives.
Yeah.
They had the one drive where they didn't score. So that might be even better than that Spanish Fork average. I think you're right. I think they were right around 5
and
plays a drive.
How's that crucial time of possession stat looking?
Frank, you're so rude. Well, Ben Lomond's had the ball 14-41. Grantsville half that. But they're running 3-play scoring drives.
We should keep that stat around. I mean, we will. That's a dinosaur.
Well, that's like the 3rd down conversion stat. Eventually, it's going to be obsolete with everybody going for it on 4th down.
Yeah. That, 3rd down conversion used to be one of the stats.
Oh, used to be.
Wait a second.
But
tonight,
now
Ben Lomond is 1 for 6 on 3rd downs. That doesn't mean anything to you?
Well, I'm just saying, eventually, as more and more schools adopt this idea or the concept of 4-down territory is becoming more and more commonplace.
I think
I'll tell our stat people, hey, all that hard work you guys have been doing on the 3rd down conversions, Frank and
you just adjust. Now it's 4th down conversions
maybe you don't
become
need
more
6
important.
statisticians, Dave.
How about a
if you're not doing
2nd down
3rd down conversions? Listen, 3rd down conversion still has a few good years left, okay? But the time of possession, we need to get rid of that thing. Just bury it. It's old and dusty, and it's time to get rid of it.
Wow, okay. Hey, shout out to all my statisticians. You guys are the best. They keep. I have a list here of probably 20 different statistical categories as you see this push. And third and fourth down efficiencies on there. They actually have first and second down efficiency. We just don't really ever mention it. Here's an amazing stat, though. The yardage, and you're going to show this at halftime, Alem. I am not even going to go there yet. But you'll be floored when you see the discrepancy in yardages of these two teams.
Oh, man, that was like a halftime show tease right there.
Yep, I'm not going to spoil it right now. Nor am I going to say that each team only has 4 penalties.
Oh, here we go.
Relatively clean
jinx coming out.
Not much room on that right side, and that should be the last play of
probably do it.
Well, it has been a challenge for this Ben Lomond team. Still a great opportunity to come up here and show these kids, give them an opportunity to get on TV. They don't get on TV, you know, like Porter Canyon does or Lehigh. Or
let me just say, I love what I just saw from Carrillo, because your team is down 35-0, and the quarterback goes to every player on the offense, give them a little pat on the helmet, keep your head up, let's keep going. That's the kind of leadership you need. That's a sophomore quarterback that understands that you got to continue to lead, even in maybe especially in moments like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And you hear the same thing from the coaches. When we were talking to Eric Jones yesterday at Westfield, what did he say? He said, I just want my guys to go out and compete.
Yeah.
He knows it's going to take a little time to build that program up, but just go out and compete. And that's all you can hope for.
Yeah, so the time will come when these two sophomore quarterbacks in their senior seasons, this game will look very different.
Let's go down to Frank Dolce now. He is with Lyndon Johnson, the Scots head coach.
All right, Coach. Well, difficult first half, no doubt about it. But you've shown some signs on both sides of the ball, making some good plays here and there. Probably just not consistent enough. What is your message to get your team ready to play in the second half?
It's got to play harder. Got to compete harder and play harder and block harder, run harder, and tackle better. Just got to play harder.
Well, that should do it. That's a tough first half, but these kids are resilient. You told me that before when we talked about this team and how much you love coaching them. So no doubts they'll get fired up and ready to go in the second half.
Okay, we will. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Frank. Coach's Corner brought to you by Wendy's. $1 small frosty deal. Try our fan favorites. Thick, mouth-watering dessert for just $1. It's been a huge half for that young man. Jaden Atkinson, 108 yards on 8 carries and a couple of touchdowns, and his team leads it right now 35-0. Sugar House Furniture halftime show coming your way next on American First Credit Union's Friday Night Rival.
When you're the oldest personal injury firm in Utah, you get to know a few faces. Our team at Robert J. DeBry has the experience needed to get you the compensation you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8s.
McGee's Stamp and Trophy is Utah's #1 awards and engraving company. McGee's will help you brand your business and recognize the people who make it a success. McGee's has a passion for excellence that will make your accolades more meaningful. From custom-cut acrylics and crystal awards to framing, engraving, and sports memorabilia. If you can dream it, we can achieve it. Let McGee's take care of all of your awards and recognition needs. McGee's Stamp and Trophy in Orem, American Fork, and Salt Lake City.
Conference is world class, making everybody say, get ready for game day. Come on down, let's get real loud. Make some noise, all you girls and boys. Scream it out right now, get ready for game day. 'Cause your conference didn't play, so turn it up, set it off.
You have guys on a football team that would not necessarily be hanging out if they weren't on the football team together, and that's a cool thing.
What can you get starting under $10 at Cafe Rio? Well, for starters, add some. A little. Oh yeah, you'll need some. And don't forget the perfect Cafe Rio bowls starting under $10. That sounds good.
It's a busy morning in your house, but for you, it's just another day. You're the one who makes it all happen. But one day, everything changed. Our team at Robert J. DeBry has the experience to get you the compensation you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8s.
This is a 2 News halftime update.
Hey, everybody, we will get you back to Friday Night Rivals in just a moment. First, let's get you caught up on today's headlines. Today, the FBI found a suspicious package containing white powdery substance addressed to Lieutenant Governor Deidre Henderson's office. The letter was intercepted in Reno, Nevada before it ever got here to Utah. Tonight, no word on what that powder is. It's being tested. The letter was signed by the United States Trader Elimination Army. Utah is one of at least 20 states now that have been targeted with similar suspicious packages this week. And the man accused of stalking students on the University of Utah campus has now been arrested. Olabatobi Shakunbi, who is known as King Rocky, now facing stalking and lewdness charges. Police say he followed 3 female students into their off-campus apartment about a month ago and then followed a different female student into a dorm. He's now being held on a no-bail warrant and will have to appear before a judge. Hey, a beautiful day today, but will it continue? Let's check in with Sean Kelly before we get you back to the game with your first alert forecast.
Yeah, happy Friday, everyone. It's been a gorgeous one across the northern side of the Wasatch Front, including all of the Wasatch Front down through Provo into Delta. But look at this. We've got some rain that is still falling in the St. George area that will continue through the overnight into tomorrow morning. Then by Saturday afternoon, could see some heavy rain down towards the south central part of the state. That continues on northward into the Price area. Moab seeing some isolated showers. Monticello, this is all from this low pressure system sliding out towards the east. Heavy rain and mountain snow for Colorado. Meanwhile, we still see some lingering showers tomorrow evening out towards the east. Sunday, though, everyone is dry, and Sunday is definitely going to be the pick of the weekend with beautiful weather. So again, tomorrow we just have to watch out for the potential for some flash flooding across our national parks. Sunday, we don't have to worry about that as we dry things out. So lows overnight, a little bit on the chilly side. We're into the 50s and 40s here. Tomorrow, a beautiful day for up towards the north. A sprinkle spot shower here across the Wasatch Front, but remember, periods of some heavy rain, some thunderstorms further down towards the south here. That continues on out towards the east. Your game day forecast as well looking fantastic with temperatures into the upper 60s, cooling off into the 50s as you're making your way home. St. George, 80s. Turning into the 90s for all of next week. I mean, absolutely fantastic weather. Back up to above normal for this time of year with plenty of sunshine. A spot shower or storm for your Saturday. Sunday, definitely the pick of the weekend with lots of sunshine. Warming things up into the mid and upper 70s and then getting even warmer by next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, back into the 80s with a nice sunny stretch here for many days. And then heading into next weekend, a little bit cooler as we get into next Sunday. Make it a great weekend.
Mike seems to be having more fun with his money.
Really? Because you've got your book, and I'm roasting hot dogs and marshmallows. Yeah, they're probably having more fun.
Get your money working with a low-rate RV or power sports loan now at America First.
The University of Utah is set against the Wasatch Mountains. We ski, ride, and climb those mountains. As one of the leading research universities in the nation, we are working to eradicate cancer, seeking solutions for climate change, helping people walk again, and transforming mental health care. Our mission is to create unsurpassed societal impact. Sound lofty? It comes with the territory.
You're not just any do-it-yourselfer. You use inspiration to bring projects to life. And just when a project seems too large, you head to your local Sunbelt Rentals. There, you'll find the latest in tools and equipment to make your next job your easiest project ever. Plus, they even deliver to your job site. Sunbelt Rentals, taking DIY projects to an all-new level.
Your favorite comic and pop culture convention is bringing celebrities from all of your favorite fandoms to your backyard September 26th through the 28th. This is your chance to get a photo opportunity or autograph from your favorite TV and movie actors. Check out the cosplay, free panels, comic artists, authors, vendors, and more. Plus, children 10 and younger are free with an adult ticket. Use promo code UTAH for a limited time discount.
What happens when you connect to Quantum Fiber? You get internet that brings your digital world to life. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Set yourself free with a price that fits your life.
This is the Sugar House Furniture Halftime Report.
Welcome back. Halftime here at Ben Lomond. I have my very favorite part of the show, the halftime show with America First Credit Union. This is the America First Credit Union Scholar Athlete. I have Dave Nellis here with me, Director of PR, America First Credit Union. But more importantly, we have Sophie Peterson here with us. And look, I mean, we have a whole, what do you call this, a gaggle? The Peterson crew. Let me tell you something. As a freshman, Sophie lettered in soccer and basketball and softball and track. Looked like she had quite an athletic career ahead of her, but guess what? In her sophomore year, she tore the ACL in her right knee. And then in her junior year, she tore the ACL in her left knee. But guess what? That couldn't hold her down. She came right back. In her senior year, she lettered in soccer. How about that? Well, this is a well-rounded individual, too. She's terrific with the violin. She even plays the bagpipes for the Scots Pipe Band. How about that? You're the first person I've met who plays the bagpipes. Looking forward to going to college and maybe working for the Forest Service or becoming a park ranger. That's Sophie Peterson. Sophie, what a terrific story you have there. Tell me about your fight and determination to just keep going.
Yeah, I love the sport so much, and I feel like I wasn't going to let a little ACL injury hold me back, and I'm just like, you know, if I wanted this bad, then I'm just going to put in the work and get what I want.
How important is all of this support that you have with your family out here tonight?
It's the most important thing to me. I love my family, and I'm so grateful that they're here supporting me tonight, and I love them so much.
Well, you've done amazing things so far. We're looking for more amazing things from you in the future. What is your favorite thing about being a student here at Ben Lomond?
My favorite thing about being a student here is just the community that Ben Lomond brings, and I love showing up to games like this and just being in the student section, and I just love the community and everyone there.
Well, that's terrific. Dave, I'll tell you, overcoming obstacles, that's a pretty big deal, and that's something that you help people do at America First Credit Union.
Yeah, absolutely. Sophie has overcome obstacles, and that's something we share in common, where we both tore ACLs on our knees, and it's that fighting spirit that I just love about her. She is probably one of the most well-rounded youth that I know, of just having talents and attributes and abilities in lots of different areas, whether it's her community, going over to Israel and doing a service project, to drawing, to including all of her teammates. She's a fighter. And one thing I love about her is just her involvement and interest in history and in politics, and how important that is to be active at such a young age. And so it's just incredible, just the skills and talents that she has. Absolutely. So it's an honor and a privilege, Sophie, to honor you this week as our America First Scholar Athlete of the Week. So way to go. Congratulations.
Very well-deserved honor. We're here at halftime, America First Credit Union, right here at Ben Lomond. We'll be right back.
Your whole life, you woke up before the sun and worked hard till one night when you were hit by a truck driver. Now you're out of work and you're worried about your family. Our team at Robert J. DeBry will get you the settlement you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8s.
The Missionary Starter Package at Mr. Mac. It's everything a missionary needs at an unbeatable value. The package includes 1 slim or modern fit suit, 4 and collar stretch shirts, 3 Teflon treated washable ties, 1 mission belt, and a pair of Echo or Johnston & Murphy walking shoes. All for just $5.95. And fit is never a problem with free alterations for a lifetime. Ask for the Missionary Starter Package at all 9 Mr. Mac stores.
Your favorite comic and pop culture convention is bringing celebrities from all of your favorite fandoms to your backyard September 26th through the 28th. This is your chance to get a photo opportunity or autograph from your favorite TV and movie actors. Check out the cosplay, free panels, comic artists, authors, vendors, and more. Plus, children 10 and younger are free with an adult ticket. Use promo code UTAH for a limited time discount.
You can feel the excitement in the air. Brand new Volkswagen under $8 a day.
A big old strong Volkswagen.
Strong VW is coming up big. Brand new Volkswagen
Under $8 a day. Taos and Jetta under $8 a day. Even Tiguan under $10 a day.
And Atlas has 2.9% for 60 months. And you got a lifetime warranty, no charge. Strong Volkswagen.
StrongVW.com.
When you're the oldest personal injury firm in Utah, you get to know a few faces. Our team at Robert J. DeBry has the experience needed to get you the compensation you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8s.
And welcome back to Ben Lomond High School. Time for our halftime highlights brought to you by America First Credit Union, where members come first. Let's get straight to it. Van Vliet, the QB for the Cowboys with the run for the score. Defense coming up with some big plays for the Cowboys. And we saw Van Vliet using his legs to get into the end zone, but he threw the ball well in the first half as well. Connects with Thornton there for the first passing touchdown of the game. But the legs of Jaden Atkinson accounting for the majority of the ground gains for the Cowboys. He's got a couple of touchdowns and looking very good. Offensive line blocking extremely well. 35 first half points on the board for Grantsville. As you take a look at the overall stats, very lopsided in favor of Grantsville. 260 total yards and 118 rushing yards. Majority can be attributed to Atkinson. You heard about that conversation in the locker room at halftime at Ben Lomond. You can expect that they'll come out. They still got some Scott fight left in them. We'll come back with the second half. Third quarter action is on the way right now. Grantsville with the lead, 35-0. America First Credit Union bringing you.
There is nothing like a Wendy's Frosty. It's cool. It's creamy. It's only $1 right now. Wait, what? The one and only Frosty is $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
As droughts intensify in Utah, invading insects and mites increase and destroy vital crops. At Utah State University, Ricardo Ramirez and his students research and create tools like biopesticides to help farmers combat destructive insects. The result? A more productive harvest.
I'm an Aggie. I'm defending Utah's crops.
You're even prettier than the day we met.
Thanks, babe.
Your Honour, I object to this entire line of questioning on the grounds that it is not only irrelevant, but it also seeks to prejudice the jury against my client by introducing speculative and unfounded.
By the power of Keltron, I cast Magic Missile!
You're the youest you in your home. So make it your home, your way with RC Willey.
McGee's Stamp and Trophy is Utah's #1 awards and engraving company. McGee's will help you brand your business and recognize the people who make it a success. McGee's has a passion for excellence that will make your accolades more meaningful. From custom-cut acrylics and crystal awards to framing, engraving, and sports memorabilia. If you can dream it, we can achieve it. Let McGee's take care of all of your awards and recognition needs. McGee's Stamp and Trophy in Orem, American Fork, and Salt Lake City.
The challenges of college are easier to overcome when you're embraced by community. Surrounded by beauty. Inspired by quality. And empowered by opportunity. It's all here at Weber State. Find your brilliance.
There is nothing like a Wendy's Frosty. It's cool. It's creamy. It's only $1 right now. Wait, what? the one and only Frosty is a buck, gotta be Wendy's.
35-0. Grantsville, #1 team in 3A, all over Ben Lomond. Time now for high school game day.
We're the Lomond Scots, and it's game!
It's Ben Lomond's homecoming game tonight. The theme is tropical, so make sure to bring your aloha. Go Scots!
Yeah!
This year's theme is Legacy of Legends, Carry Out Your Destiny.
In connection with that, we're starting a new tradition this year, a competition between classes to see who can show the most school spirit.
And don't forget, tonight at the game, we're going to be crowning our homecoming royalty. Who's going to win? Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me.
A fun fact about our Scottish bride and why we have it is the mountain behind me is named Ben Lomond after a mountain in Scotland.
And don't forget, the Paramount Mountain is based off a mountain in our own backyard.
Here at Ben Lomond, we got rich Scottish history. One of our favorite is ending our week with a school hymn. We always got time for school pride.
We've had a lot of new improvements here at Ben Lomond. One of our favorites is the BL emblem on the mountain right behind us. We love the way it shines under the Friday night lights.
We're Ben Lomond cheer. Get your rested!
We love game days at BL and we love hyping up the student section, so make sure you guys are coming and showing up. Let's go, Scots!
We had a great homecoming assembly this morning. We taught all the football boys how to shake what their mama gave them.
Make sure you guys are checking us out at halftime. We have an awesome routine for you. Let's go, Pledney.
We are so excited for our annual mini cheer clinic next week. We can't wait to see you all there. Go Scots!
I love it. Matt Smith producing high school game day for us. Some of the cheerleaders there as we get set to start this second half. And I've got good news for you, Frank and Alema.
Let's hear it.
You haters of 3rd and 4th down conversions.
Oh, is this going to be a meaningful
No,
stat
I can
now?
tell you now that Grantsville, how they've achieved their first downs. Get this. They have 6 first downs on first down.
Right.
They have 3 first downs on second down. That's 9 of their first downs have come on first or second down.
That right there is a very valuable statistic you just
They only have 1 on 3rd down, and they don't have any on 4th down. Thank you, Miley Anger, for coming up with that.
Nice job, Miley.
There you go. So that's impressive, though. Because, your point being, well, 3rd down conversion, does it, matter if they are not in 3rd down that often? Okay, well, we just showed you what they've been doing. They've been very productive. What's their yards per carry on first down, by the way? It's like 15. They're averaging, get this, 15 yards on first down. Now, that's an average, so obviously they're not doing it every time, or you'd have nothing but first downs. But that's impressive because they have some chunk plays, that kind of thing. So those are the kind of numbers you look at it and you go, well, that explains why it's 35-0. Second half just set to get underway here, and Grantsville not only leading, but will get the football to start this second half. And kick fielded at the 10-yard line, the usual return man of Jordan Boston. So dangerous. Up near midfield, finally brought down at the 47.
That was a really nice return. He set up some blocks. And you watch as he heads this thing. He's going to break to the sideline here. A good stiff arm. And he's going to cut this back across the grain. A lot of over pursuit. They have a hard time just getting to him. It was a very effective run. By the way, giving you some updated scores here. I'm watching the Lehigh American Fork game on my phone on a
How are you watching that?
Junior Broadcasting Network in Apollo Streams.
Apollo Streams?
Yeah. And right now, Lehigh up 24-10 on American Fork.
Yeah, Lehigh's good. Number 1.
Good. Coming up next week. Sky Ridge is up on Westlake. That was to be expected. Last score I saw there was 40-0.
Yes, that is correct. As they go off that left side and pick up good yardage on first down again. So Skyridge and Lehigh leading now, and they'll face each other next week. Lehigh obviously playing a little bit tougher opponent. I've got another one for you, Lone Peak leading Pleasant Grove 30-0.
Yeah.
And they'll take on American Fork, but you know that game will still be a good one. It always is. It's a rivalry.
I love doing that game. It's a rivalry game, and it's always physical. Like it feels like the hits are harder in that game. There's certain rivalry games we do every year. We do Bountiful and Woods Cross every year.
Well, those schools are just a couple miles apart.
Yeah. Well, when you're down in American Fork and you can see the temple from there is right next to Lone Peak.
Yep. Stopped just shy of first down yardage. It was Fuentes on the carry.
That time they were able to complete the shovel pass, otherwise known as the Utah pass.
Dave told me that Grantsville was averaging 15 yards on first down, and now we're on third down. So mathematically that doesn't work.
But, when you have a first down and it goes for 50 yards, that factors into the average. That's why that happens.
Yeah, thank you.
I tried to explain that when I mentioned that, but anyway. Keeper.
Big stop.
Oh, wow.
Big stop.
They're not coming off the field.
No, not a chance. 4th and 1 from the 45-yard line. No.
Plus territory.
Their average on first downs has now gone down to 14.3. Oh, they're in trouble. 4th down and 1.
They've gotten Ben Lomond to jump a couple of times. This could be a quick kick.
Oh, he backed up like it's going to be high snap. Almost blocked. It's going to be a really short kick, too. And they're yelling for him to get away. They fielded it anyway. Fortunately, they hung on. So Ben Lomond opens the second half with a big defensive stop. They'll have the football at the 30-yard line when we come back to American First Credit Union's Friday Night Rival.
It's a busy morning in your house, but for you, it's just another day. You're the one who makes it all happen. But one day, everything changed. Our team at Robert J. DeBry has the experience to get you the compensation you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8s.
What can you get starting under $10 at Cafe Rio? Well, for starters, add some. A little. Oh yeah, you'll need some. And don't forget the perfect Cafe Rio Bowls starting under $10. That sounds good.
Your whole life, you woke up before the sun and worked hard till one night when you were hit by a drunk driver. Now you're out of work and you're worried about your family. Our team at Robert J. DeBry will get you the settlement you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8s.
Hey, football starts with Ute Conference. This is Skyline Murray Gremlins. Jack Jensen on the touchdown. Oh, look at the moves.
Nephew.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
But it's not all Jack Jensen. How about Max Lawler?
Okay.
He's going to go 43 yards. Can he get the edge here? Cut it back. There he goes.
I see Max.
Inside. Unbelievable. That's a 43-yard touchdown. But hang on. Skyline is not done. How about Atlas Berkman? This is an 18-yard reception from Jack Johnson.
Very
Avoids tackles. He's got another touchdown. Defense playing well. Also is Johnny Massey with a safety.
Oh, is this a fumble recovery in the end zone for a touchdown?
Yep. And Skyline wins the game 41-0. Ute Conference football. The reset is coming, as you well know, Alema.
Yeah. Hey, these kids out here playing tonight. It's like, don't get injured. You got games tomorrow, guys.
Exactly. Football starts with Ute Conference, Utah's football conference. So big defensive stop for Ben Lomond. See if they can get something going. First down, they pick up a couple.
Good to see Jackson Funk back carrying the ball.
Yeah, that is the truth. I thought he was going to be down for the count, but he's back out there. Along with Gallegos. This is a tight end, but he lines up in the backfield half the time.
Second down, 7. Rillo again gives off short carry, bounces outside though, and ends up a first down. That is a Fan X first down for Ben Lomond, and Jackson Funk continues to run the ball.
Really nice run. You got contact just basically as he got through the line of scrimmage, able to break an arm tackle. Contact coming right there. It breaks the arm tackle and then kind of squirts around one of those blocks. Picks up first down yardage. Nice run.
Yeah, Funk has been working hard tonight. He's not had much going at the line of scrimmage. He rarely gets through the line of scrimmage without contact, and he just keeps moving forward.
That was his 17th carry of the night, guys. No one else on either team has that many. That's also the biggest play they've had in this game. And on first down, going right side with Funk again. And Funk now has another biggest play of the game. And Funk trying to get to the end zone. And Ben Lomond scores.
And the flags come out for the celebration. A penalty that I dislike greatly.
Yeah, after a 58-yard run, you're going to celebrate a little bit.
He's able to get around the corner. A nice block up here. And just last second trying to push him out of bounds instead of pushing in. He ends up pushing him up the field and gets him into the end zone. That celebration right there will get you a flag. But a great run by Funk.
Against the Scots. Fans, just a reminder, if you're affected by stroke lights,
that penalty will be assessed.
Be prepared.
Penalty will be assessed on the kickoff
because they look like they're going to go for 2.
Yeah.
That's only their 3rd touchdown this season, by the way.
There's a little confusion down here on the sideline. Someone ran off and said they're going for 2, and the coach is saying we're not going for 2. We're kicking.
So
it.
now they are kicking.
So now they're going to kick it.
All right, Yanni Gabashi's extra point attempt is up and good.
Get ready for the light show.
He's a perfect 3 for 3 on the season on PATs as they get their 3rd touchdown of the year. They didn't do the light show. How about this? Jackson Funk gets those legs churning. Here comes the light show. Ben Lomond on the board.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans. Now, with no payments for 90 days.
You're even prettier than the day we met.
Thanks, babe.
Your Honour, I object to this entire line of questioning on the grounds that it is not only irrelevant, but it also seeks to prejudice the jury against my client by introducing speculative and unfounded.
By the power of Keltron, I cast Magic Missile.
You're the youest you in your home. So make it your home your way with RC Willey.
America First Credit Union's Friday Night Rivals is brought to you by Victor's Tires, Robert J. DeBry, Wendy's, and Weber State University.
This memorable moment is brought to you by Young Automotive. The Grantsville Cowboys got off to a great start against Uinta back in 2011. Jared Lambert's 30-yard touchdown run put his team up 21-0 going into the break. Drew Sutton scored a pair of touchdowns. Kai Fisher had 14 tackles and a sack. The Cowboys blanked Uinta 31-0. This memorable moment is brought to you by Young Automotive.
Nice job, Tony Parks, on those memorable moments. And how about Ben Lomond getting on the board?
Well, I think that you look at different things that you can build on, right? And I mentioned watching Carrillo as he was going off at halftime, patting each guy on the offense on the helmet, telling them to keep their heads up. You get leadership from your sophomore quarterback. and it just kind of permeates throughout the entire team. You get into the locker room, you get a message from your coach, you come out, start the second half, and you put some points on the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had an interesting conversation with one of the officials. I'll leave him unnamed. I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but I said, hey, how can you guys look at this little pooch kick here?
Uh-oh. Better fall on it.
He's not going to fall on it.
Uh-oh, he's going to run it. How about that? All the way up near the 30-yard line.
Well,
and what I said to the official, got to finish his story. Yeah,
I said, hey, how could you call that penalty?
Oh, on the celebration?
After the celebration. And he said, we don't want to call that penalty, but that's the right call. And so, I mean, we jump the officials sometimes. I think they probably have the same sentiment, and they're just trying to enforce the rules that are put in front of them. So,
well, that's a good point.
That doesn't mean we should be any more friendly to officials, I don't think.
Oh, Frank, they do a great job. Cafe Rio scoring drive.
Fantastic job.
At Cafe Rio, dig deep into flavor without digging deep into your pockets. 3 plays, 70 yards, and that 58-yard touchdown run from Jackson Funk. A little spark for Ben Lomond. Once again, Atkinson, so tough to bring down. And that actually was Rigdon Murdoch.
Yeah.
That's the first appearance he's made today. He only has 2 carries on the season. And he's in there. How about that? Here's our players to watch from the first half, what they delivered.
Well, Atkinson with that 108-yard performance in the first half of the game. Van Vliet got a touchdown through the air, also ran for 1. And Fossen, take a look at his season numbers there.
Pass complete into the University of Utah red zone. And the Cowboys come out moving again. Jackson Jensen on the reception.
And the clock is moving. When one team goes up 35-0, then the running clock is implemented, and it will not go back to a regular clock until the team that is trailing is able to get within, I believe, 2 touchdowns.
Wait. Say that again? No.
I think it's within 21.
You have to get under 28.
3 touchdowns.
That's what I said. 3 touchdowns.
Okay. You said 2 plus 1.
Did you hear me wrong?
Pass caught, corner, and an easy waltz into the end zone, and they answered immediately with Peyton Thornton. Well, that didn't take long.
Well, Van Vliet has been very effective. Really, just as a game manager, and he's hit some big passes. You know, talking to Coach Millward before the game, he loves this kid. You know, he's still going to make some sophomore mistakes, still growing and developing, but making better decisions. And as far as the eyeball test is concerned,
oh
that
no.
hit the upright.
And he missed.
First miss of the year. Glad I didn't say anything before the kick. You are right about Van Vliet. 11, 10 of 15, 168 yards. He's got 3 touchdowns. So, of course, these spots from Alema are coming from the Mac Shack. Mr. Mack, your suit spent. There he is.
You know what they say, look good, feel good, play good.
Man.
I was at Mr. Mack earlier today. This is a true story. So I was at the Orem store on Wednesday. I was at the Taylorsville store today because we got playoffs coming up, right? And when we're in the stadium, we're in suits, right? The NBA and the NHL season is almost here. So I'm getting all new suits, getting ready for the season, and they got a bunch of new stuff. And so you haven't been to Mr. Mack in a minute, make sure you go and check out all the new inventory that's in there. Tell them Alema Harrington sent you. You're going to get the Alema Harrington deal.
Look at Alema's little...
See what's going on here?
Yeah, he's got there. He's got his Stanley.
All this plus the bug spray. See, this is Frank's. A lot of this is Frank's stuff.
Oh, here we go. Now it's Frank's stuff. That's
Why
not
do you
the
need
Frank
bug
shack.
spray?
That's your shack.
Are there mosquitoes out there?
Well, it was more preventative.
Okay. We love the Mac Shack. All right, on the return, Espinoza.
Good return.
Past 25. Yep. So we'll see if Ben Lomond can capitalize on their last drive.
What kind of clothing budget do you have, Alema? My
unlimited.
goodness.
Unlimited.
Especially Mr. Mack.
Yeah.
Unlimited.
I was in there today and talking with Mac Jr., Mac Christensen. He's the grandson of Mac.
Yeah.
And he was helping me, and we're going through, and I said, I haven't seen this one, so there's some new stuff in there.
Why does my brother-in-law owns a Mr. Mac? I never get this kind
of. Well, so Stanley, one of the sons that is Mac's son. So he calls it Easter egg hunting. He'll go and he'll plant stuff in the store for me to go find.
For you to go find. On the sweep, well read. Nothing doing. They'll keep the clock running. As good open field tackle there. Really quick, the players to watch for the offense from the first half.
Well, there's a look at Carrillo's numbers, and he's improved dramatically here in the second half. I love his leadership. Gutierrez has got a few yards on the ground, and Nolasco, of course, the offensive line, as we keep an eye on what they're doing at the line of scrimmage, and nice improvement from first half to second half. Excuse me.
Well, and Fung not on that list, of course, but 97 total yards. Get ready for some math, 11. 97 total yards for Ben Lomond. He's got 90 of it. 90 of the 97. What percentage of that is it?
That's about 90%.
93. He has been the workhorse for this team. Now, he got a huge chunk of his total yardage on one big play.
Nice strong run by your QB that time.
Well, they could use another one of those big plays. 3rd and long here.
Frank, I don't know if you're interested, but they are 1 for 6 on 3rd down conversions.
I love the 3rd down conversion stat. It's one of my favorite stats. Rushing yardage, 3rd down conversions, turnover margin. Now, those are meaningful stats. That other one we talked about earlier, get rid of it.
There's only been 1 turnover in this game. It was from Ben Lomond. Looking to throw. Really nowhere to go. That pass rush just relentless.
And he's slow to get up. Trying to get him up, and he does. He'll make his way to the sideline. Tough night for Ben Lomond, but they keep fighting.
They will. I think you mentioned this when you were talking with Coach Johnson at halftime, Frank, talking about resilience. This is a resilient team. They come from a strong tradition. Think about Ben Lomond over the years. The Scots are one of those groups that, they got 3 region titles, have not won a state title over the years. I think, the player that I played with, Eddie Green, was injured his senior year. They said if he had been healthy his senior year, they might have won a state championship. But it has eluded them, but they're always tough.
That punt's going to settle out of bounds. They were really good back when Emmett White was playing for him, too, back in '97. Hey, bring your high school football family to Fan X Salt Lake. It's coming up next week, September 26th through the 28th. An unforgettable weekend filled with celebrity guests, exciting panels, unique fan experiences, and your kids 10 and under get in for free. How about that?
I was going to have you check on the senior limit. Like what, do you have to be 65? I know you qualify regardless.
Yeah.
Fox, you're already in.
They haven't told us that. Fan X, a good time, though. And that is going to bring, they just got the snap off.
Oh, now defensive play right there.
Now we're at the end of the 3rd quarter.
And Parker Bird, another sophomore. Excuse me, that was Lopez.
Well, that brings us through 3. Ben Lomond gets on the board, but the #1 team in 3A still with a healthy lead here on American First Credit Union's Friday Night Rivals.
Welcome to Sugar House Furniture, where we've been selling solid wood furniture at affordable prices for over 30 years. Whether you need a single piece or an entire room, find what you're looking for at Sugar House Furniture, your Mission Furniture specialist.
In the United States, more than 5,000 children are born with hearing loss every year. At Utah State University's audiology clinic, thousands of children's lives are changed through infant hearing screening, cochlear implants, and speech-language therapy.
I'm an Aggie. I help children hear the world around them.
Okay, Limu, you said it. Then as I spike it, I'll tell them how Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so they only pay for what they need. Got it? Did you get that? Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
There is nothing like a Wendy's Frosty. It's cool. It's creamy. It's only $1 right now. Wait, what? The one and only Frosty is $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
You're not just any do-it-yourselfer. You use inspiration to bring projects to life. And just when a project seems too large, you head to your local Sunbelt Rentals. There, you'll find the latest in tools and equipment to make your next job your easiest project ever. Plus, they even deliver to your job site. Sunbelt Rentals, taking DIY projects to an all-new level.
Welcome to Sugar House Furniture, where we've been selling solid wood furniture at affordable prices for over 30 years. Whether you need a single piece or an entire room, find what you're looking for at Sugar House Furniture, your Mission Furniture specialist.
America First Credit Union's Friday Night Rivals is brought to you by Cafe Rio, McGee's Trophies, U of U, Sunbelt Rentals, and R.C. Willey. Welcome back. Healthy lead here for Grantsville. Got another Grantsville. We do these player cards. You hear them all the time with these little shout-outs. But I want to just throw out an advisory on this one. Do not adjust your sound. This is what you are hearing is correct. Go ahead, Harrison, and roll it.
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe.
That wasn't bad.
Yikes. Well, that wasn't bad.
What do you mean? That was.
We've had some great choral groups that have sung together. And
how do you know they're not madrigals?
They're just not.
They're not. They're badrigals.
You're probably right. Oh, wow. Someone's been watching Pitch Perfect.
New quarterback.
Screen pass. Yeah, new quarterback and no yardage there. Got some more numbers for you, Frankie. Ben Lomond's punting yards tonight is 195.
195 yards.
Which is 103 yards more than their line of scrimmage yardage.
That's
averaging.
I do not like that stat at all.
6 punts.
That's Grayson Warren, by the way, the freshman quarterback.
So prior to that last play, both Grantsville and Ben Lomond were separated by exactly 200 yards total. Ben Lomond with 92, Grantsville with 292. Deep ball downfield, wide open, caught near the 20-yard line, and all the way into the end zone, another touchdown. Backup quarterback comes in and throws the score, 57 yards.
A couple of underclassmen, the freshman. Grayson Warren connects with Brock Hodgson for the touchdown. He's just a junior. Nice move, catches the ball, makes the adjustment, and just a little race to the end zone.
Grayson Warren kind of has a Doug Flutie feel out there.
Yeah, a little bit, huh?
You want to go first O, one more series, or what? Huh? You want to go first O, one more series, or what?
You hear the coaches talking about, do we want to...
Yeah, we're catching that up. Catching that on one of the mics of one of our cameras there on the sideline.
Say, do you want to put the first offense in for one more series? Check out the youngster, Warren. He's just a freshman throwing deep. Another touchdown for the Cowboys.
You're even prettier than the day we met.
Thanks, babe.
Your Honour, I object to this entire line of questioning on the grounds that it is not only irrelevant, but it also seeks to prejudice the jury against my client by introducing speculative and unfounded...
By the power of Keltron, I cast Magic Missile!
You're the youest you in your home. So make it your home, your way with R.C. Willey.
Game recap brought First Credit Union, where members come first. Stop by your local branch and discover how ours can get you across your financial goal lines.
Well, this was all the Cowboys early. Van Vliet, both with his legs and his arm. His first touchdown came on the ground after a broken play. Almost the same thing happens here, but keeps his eyes downfield, connects with Thornton for the touchdown. And then the legs of Atkinson at 100 yards in the first half. And really has not played a whole lot here in the second half. And another pass to Thornton for another touchdown. They put up 48 points. That offense has been rolling.
So, Lemmy, you were talking about the short play drives. Like, there's one there for 3.
Yeah.
So 7 touchdown drives. 6 of them have been 5 plays or less.
Yeah.
4 plays or less, actually. And then the other one was a 6-play drive. So, very efficient. If I were to count them down, they had a 4-play, a 2-play, a 3, a 6, a 2, and 2 threes were their total drives. That's amazing. And Ben Lomond on the return up here, the 25-yard line. And that's where they'll blow it dead. So now we begin the MVP debate, and I think there's really 2 candidates. You've got Dallin Van Vliet, the quarterback, 10 of 15, 160 yards. He's got 3 touchdowns. And then, of course, you've got Atkinson, 9 carries, 114 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That's a tough one.
That is a really tough one.
You know, and then I'm not sure if Frank's going to go with the quarterback. I'll traditionally go with the running back on this. So you might have the deciding vote, Foxy. Which really means that Harrison and the truck's got the deciding vote.
It's the truck. It's the truck.
Sometimes it boils down to the assets that we have that go with them, like, you know,
the highlights,
gladiator shots, and player interstitials, things like that. Fumble, I think he landed on it.
He did.
So, but that's a tough one. I mean, both players have been very good.
No doubt.
Second, Lomond Scots. They're near 44-yard line.
And Lemmy, you're always asking how many different targets. In this particular game, Van Vliet has targeted 5 different players. Now, we had a game earlier this year where the quarterback targeted more than 10 receivers. But he's really been efficient. 10 for 15 is always a number that jumps out at you.
Yeah, but you get to this level, like the 3A level, and the number of weapons that you have to distribute to might be fewer than if we're talking 5 or 6A.
How about Grayson Warren, though? He comes in, he's 2 for 2, 57 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah. Quarterback controversy.
Yeah. Double pass, maybe? No. This time they're going to run it. That's that play they tried in the first half that
they couldn't connect.
Yeah.
This time they're able to connect. It's, a short gain there.
That was a lateral.
So that'll go in the rushing stats as opposed to the receiving and passing stats.
Hey, get the Strong Auto and get out of your lease or loan today. Unlock stronger pricing at Strong Auto. Next week we head to Skyridge, Lehigh, taking on the Falcons. Lehigh leading American Fork 31-10. Skyridge leading Westlake 41-0. Cannot wait for that game.
Yeah, it should be a good one.
Short carry on 3rd down, so they're going to have a 4th and 5 coming.
Yeah, Grantsville's got Ogden next week, and Ogden, if I'm not mistaken, they're undefeated.
They are.
That should be a good matchup.
In fact, Ogden leading Union right now 34-0.
Whoa. Punt team not coming on the field. 4th and 5. 7:40. The clock is running.
Yeah, it's not taking their time on purpose here. It took time to get the play in. They're going to try to get this play off.
10 seconds on the play clock.
This is not penalty by design.
5 seconds. 4.
There's the pass. They got it.
How
How about that? First down yardage to Espinoza. It's a nice play design and well executed.
Hey, that's something you can build on, Alema. Fourth down, deep in your own territory, late in the game. Little momentum builder right there. You complete the pass for a first down.
Yeah, I like it. You know, there's a lot of underclassmen. Carrillo, we talked about, he's just a sophomore. Espinoza, a junior. Funk is a junior.
That's his first completion of the game. 1 for 3.
Good time for that completion.
Boy, they needed it, and he got it. 10-yard completion. All right, so the drive stays alive on first down. Give it to Funk. Funk's played really well, and here he goes again. Jackson Funk. Will he get another score? Oh, he's brought down just inside the 5-yard line, but what a great run.
There you go. Love it. Just a simple dive play right up the middle, Alema.
Really nice blocking up front. Just provide a seam for Funk to be able to squeeze through. Watch the blocking up here. You got a couple of kick-out blocks. Your right side coming over to pull and block on the left side. And just a really nice job reading the play perfectly and getting up and trying to turn on the Jets.
55 yards on the pickup. Funk now 20 carries, 148 yards and a touchdown. Can we give him the MVP? Averaging 4 yards a carry.
Certainly deserving.
Or 7 yards a carry, excuse me.
Oh, flag down
just came
immediately.
down.
I wonder if that's an encroachment.
Don't get down inside the 1-yard line.
Over the 1-yard line, there is a flag on the field.
Oh, it looks like it's going against Ben Lomond.
Illegal formation, 5 men in the backfield, offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, still first down.
So they'll back that up to the 10.
You know, you
can goal.
Start bringing in guys to get some playing time here. Sometimes you'll line up. Your formations are a little bit different.
Throwing again, going corner. Oh, just missed Espinoza. Espinoza had some space. Could not drop it in. What do you think about with Grayson Warren coming in for Grantsville? We've got a freshman quarterback on one side and a sophomore on the other.
Well, when the starters are in, you just got 2 sophomores. There's a lot of young talent on the field here tonight.
Not very often you see freshman quarterback in there. I remember a young freshman by the name of Jackson Dart.
I remember one named
quarterback for Roy.
Kofensis.
Yeah, Kofensis. Oh, yeah.
A good run.
How about that push? And another touchdown for the Scots, their second of the game.
Well done by Funk. Just good blocking up front, and this is just owning the line of scrimmage and putting your shoulder down there at the end and making sure you get to pay dirt.
Here we go, jailbreak. Did he get the pylon? Oh, he got the pylon, but was he out of bounds?
He might have been out of bounds.
And
out of bounds before he got it over. He did. He hit the pylon, but I think his foot had gone out of bounds. Great effort.
Jackson Funk, 21 carries, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns for Ben Lomond. Scots trailing 48-13.
A little to the left, please. Thank you. A little more.
Oh, I'm okay. Get your money working. And for a limited time, get 0% interest for 6 months when you open a new Visa credit card at America First.
The University of Utah is set against the Wasatch Mountains. We ski, ride, and climb those mountains. As one of the leading research universities in the nation, we are working to eradicate cancer, seeking solutions for climate change, helping people walk again, and transforming mental health care. Our mission is to create unsurpassed societal impact. Sound lofty? It comes with the territory.
Upcoming schedule brought to you by McGee's Awards and Engravings. It's time to be recognized. Next Thursday night, Lehigh at Skyridge. Both appear to be headed to pretty big wins tonight. Lehigh #1 in the state. Skyridge, they take care of the football, can be a really good team. We saw that last week. And then on Friday, another rivalry game. Lone Peak and American Fork. It's our Region 3 weekend next week here on KMYU and KJS. Here's the 6A RPI. Lehigh at #1. They should stay there. A win over American Fork would be a good win for them. Lone Peak at 3. Skyridge at 7. American Fork is down around 10. But they're playing Lehigh right now. So that's what's coming up next week. Right here, longest scoring drive of the game just happened. 7 plays, 75 yards. 5:59 off the clock. 9th combined touchdown of this game. Unfortunately for Ben Lomond, Grantsville has most of them. But it's been a lot of fun being up here and checking out this facility and
sure has
surroundings.
Absolutely, and
Great
we haven't
people.
really had a chance to look at where you're at.
Oh, it's unreal
right now. But this is, it feels like an old school, because the press box is part of a building which is separate from the stands.
Got an Yeah, they shifted over here on the kickoff. Now they're going to shift back. Still overloaded to one side.
Well, you think about Ben Lomond and what they've been through this year. They went the first 4 games without scoring a point. And now they got 2 touchdowns on the board. Similar to last week.
Yeah.
They had 14 points. Their first touchdown came last week. Now 14 points here tonight. Going up against the top team.
Illegal kick out of bounds. 5-yard penalty from the spot it went out. First down.
By the way, the leading tackler coming into this game is Mason Butler. Let's hear from Mason right now.
My name's Mason Butler. I play strong safety at Grantsville High School, and I love Frosted Flakes.
I mean, who doesn't love Frosted Flakes, right?
Yeah, if you eat them when they're still crispy. I mean,
I don't put milk on them. I eat them right out of the box.
Oh my God!
So
we're learning so many things.
You don't allow people to dunk their
dunk
cookies.
Your cookie.
Not in my house.
You love milk and cookies, but you can't dunk a cookie.
No, and you don't put milk on your cereal.
You separate them.
Is there anything else?
You've been to dinner with me. I eat dinner with compartment plates.
Oh, you're an odd duck, Dave Fox.
I like to mix my food.
Do you wear a bib when you're eating?
Well, I would if it were available.
Oh, man.
I have a stack of compartment plates at home.
We need to write a book on Dave Fox. You should listen to his music. His music will make you... Your head, like when you're talking to a dog, and then the dog twists its head like, I don't know what the heck you're talking about. That's what you do when you're listening to Dave Fox's music.
Oh, Frankie. It's the best. 2nd down 5. Draw. And that's going to be, I believe, based on that spot, a FanX first down.
Move the chains.
Keeps the ball.
Freshman quarterback looking good.
Side. Ball at midfield. 1st and 10 Cowboys.
My family and I toured Alcatraz a couple years ago, and in their gift shop they had these massive prison plates that had like 8 compartments. I was in heaven. I bought like 3 of them.
This is all starting to make sense now.
Yeah, I use the big one like on Thanksgiving because you got so many items that you got.
You don't like your food touching each other. I mean, you have to explain to the people why this is. You like everything on the side. You don't like your food touching each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
First down, great ball fake. And here goes Warren again.
Nice read by the freshman quarterback, and to Frank's point, great tackle. That could have been a much bigger play.
There's the Champions Trophy. Frank, how have you escaped injury?
I don't know.
Handing that thing.
I don't know. I really don't know. I look for daylight and I run to it. I just run to daylight.
When he awards that trophy, everybody just watch Frank. It's like handoff. It's almost like a running back. He just lowers his head.
Yeah, you got to get out of there.
We'll have a camera just on Frank. We'll call it the Houdini cam.
Get a GoPro and put it on his head one day when he's doing that. And they'll continue to run the football and try to salt this one away as Grantsville will go to 5-1. Their only loss, almost a little bit of a head scratcher, 35-0 in Beaver. But they are the #1 team in 3A. And they've got some big games coming up. They've got Ogden and then Morgan. We've had Morgan. Morgan looks so good.
Yeah. Morgan's like a machine right now.
They really are. Just discipline. You always hear the cliche about well coached. That team is extremely well coached. Our chief statistician, Tyson Ewing, says that's because they're from Morgan. Obviously, he has a connection to Morgan. We did that game up there about a month ago. They're always great hosts, as they are here at Ben Lomond. That's going to wrap things up tonight. This Ben Lomond team, they fought, they kept battling, but just overmatched against a really good Grantsville squad. We're going to award an MVP, and Frank's going to talk to the winning team and hand out some hardware. When we come back, congratulations to the Cowboys, a 48-13 win on America First Credit Union's Friday Night Rivals. Back with the trophy presentation after this.
When you're the oldest personal injury firm in Utah, you get to know a few faces. Our team at Robert J. DeBry has the experience needed to get you the compensation you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8s.
The core values that the Young Automotive Group has hits home with everything that I believe at heart. This is definitely a family business run by families. Take a look at me and my family.
We've seen how they've taken care of Mike, and we've always felt part of the automotive group. They treat us like family and they care.
They promote from within, grow people, train, teach people.
They can see what their potential is and they help.
How we get here is by taking care of each other and the customers on top of that.
This is a family business run by families.
You can feel the excitement in the air. Brand new Volkswagen under $8 a day. A big old strong Volkswagen. Strong VW is coming up big. Brand new Volkswagen under $8 a day. Taos and Jetta under $8 a day. Even Tiguan under $10 a day. And Atlas has 2.9% for 60 months. And you got a lifetime warranty, no charge. Strong Volkswagen. StrongVW.com.
McGee's Stamp and Trophy is Utah's #1 awards and engraving company. McGee's will help you brand your business and recognize the people who make it a success. McGee's has a passion for excellence that will make your accolades more meaningful. From custom-cut acrylics and crystal awards to framing, engraving, and sports memorabilia. If you can dream it, we can achieve it. Let McGee's take care of all of your awards and recognition needs. McGee's Stamp and Trophy in Orem, American Fork, and Salt Lake City.
It's a busy morning in your house, but for you, it's just another day. You're the one who makes it all happen. But one day, everything changed. Our team at Robert J. DeBry has the experience to get you the compensation you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8s.
Cowboys 48-13. Our MVP of the game is brought to you by America First Credit Union, and it is that young man, Jaden Atkinson.
The cowboy, man, he ran hard, both inside and outside this time. Going around that outside, tiptoeing down the sidelines. It's just strong running. There are several plays where he was hard to bring down. He ended up with 9 carries, 114 yards, a couple of TDs, averaged nearly 13 yards per carry in this game, and got to rest for a good portion of the second half. He is our MVP.
And Frank is standing by with the MVP, with the team, and with the coach. Frank, take it away.
Yeah, we got it. Coach is telling his kids to act the right way on camera. I completely agree with that sentiment. You know, Coach, when you were driving up here, we had a chance to talk on the phone, and you were telling me that you were sitting with about 60 or 50 or 60 smelly kids on a bus, and it didn't get any better. It's even worse now here after the game.
Yes, this bus ride going home is going to be really bad.
I'd suggest Febreze on the bus. Listen, that was a dominant effort. Did you guys expect to come out here and play that well tonight and execute and do all the things that you did?
We were hoping that we would be able to execute. That's what we talked about all week is doing the things that we need to do to win and be successful. We did a lot of good things, but at the same time there were a lot of things we got to clean up. And as the season goes on, we play other people that we have to do better. So I mean, it was a good win, but we got a lot to clean up.
What are some of the things that your message will be this week that you want to work on as you get ready for next week?
Just basic execution. We talked about alignment assignment. We talked about that before. We have to make sure that the results are not what we're after, but the process. We have to make sure that our steps and all the little details are taken care of, and that's what we're going to focus on this week, is just getting those small details and doing it right.
Well, number one in the RPI right now. You have to be happy with this football team. How do you feel about the team at this point in the season?
Well, number one is I love these kids. They're so awesome. That's why I do it, is to spend time with them and to goof off with them and to yell at them. All the things that comes along with football. But I'm proud of how hard they play. They try their best, and that's all I can ask of them, is that they try their best.
Well, it was a terrific effort tonight, and that effort wins you the Friday Night Rivals champion.
Oh, look at those, Frank. That was easy.
That was a relatively easy escape.
That was easy. I didn't have to do that much tonight. Sorry to disappoint.
Nice job, Frank.
Nice to do, some schools that we don't see very often, Ben Lomond, and to see Grantsville come out here and they did, I think, what you expected them to do, which is come out and execute. They got a great game from Atkinson. Dallin Van Vliet is just a sophomore, and he's going to have a great future, and his present isn't bad at all.
Not at all. And we're going to see some pretty big games out of these guys in the next few weeks. We'll see how it goes for them. All right, well, that wraps things up for tonight. We got 2 big ones for you next week. Thursday night, Lehigh taking on Sky Ridge. Friday, Lone Peak taking on American Fork. We've had a lot of fun here at Ben Lomond. Great host, the producer, director of America's First Credit Unions. Friday Night Rivals is Harrison Collier. Bob Neely, Bobby, technical director tonight. Replay operators, Alex and Marcos. They always do a great job. Maddie Smith filling in on the red hat, of course, our statisticians. Tyson Ewing, Miley Anger, and Austin Rustin. They did a great job coming up with amazing numbers. And, of course, Frank and Alema, you guys are the best, and our entire Pure Broadcasting crew. Good night from Ben Lomond, and we'll see you next week on Thursday Night Lights with Friday Night Rivals.
Look at that Wendy's breakfast burrito. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, sausage. Gotta hand it to the tortilla. That sucker's holding on for dear life. The boss of breakfast, gotta be Wendy's.
What happens when you connect to Quantum Fiber? You get internet that brings your digital world to life. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Set yourself free with a price that fits your life.
Stamp and Trophy is Utah's #1 awards and engraving company. McGee's will help you brand your business and recognize the people who make it a success. McGee's has a passion for excellence that will make your accolades more meaningful. From custom cut acrylics and crystal awards to framing, engraving, and sports memorabilia. If you can dream it, we can achieve it. Let McGee's take care of all of your awards and recognition needs. McGee's Stamp and Trophy in Orem, American Fork, and Salt Lake City.
Mike seems to be having more fun with his money.
Really? Because you've got your book, and I'm roasting hot dogs and marshmallows. Yeah, they're probably having more fun.
Get your money working with a low-rate RV or power sports loan now at America First.
The Missionary Starter Package at Mr. Mac. It's everything a missionary needs at an unbeatable value. The package includes 1 slim or modern fit suit, 4 and collar stretch shirts, 3 Teflon treated washable ties, 1 mission belt, and a pair of Echo or Johnston & Murphy walking shoes. All for just $5.95. And fit is never a problem with free alterations for a lifetime. Ask for the Missionary Starter Package at all 9 Mr. Mac stores.
Your favorite comic and pop culture convention is bringing celebrities from all of your favorite fandoms to your backyard September 26th through the 28th. This is your chance to get a photo opportunity or autograph from your favorite TV and movie actors. Check out the cosplay, free panels, comic artists, authors, vendors, and more. Plus, children 10 and younger are free with an adult ticket. Use promo code UTAH for a limited time discount.
Tavachi, the #1 address in the Salt Lake Valley for discerning homeowners. Located 1,000 feet above the city at the base of Big Cottonwood Canyon, only a handful of sites remain. Tavachi.
KUTV2, celebrating 70 years of broadcasting in Utah. KJAS will now join the following program already in progress.
Let snow inside of Highmark Stadium to get all it game day ready.
It is time to break out the boots and the sweaters because the start of fall season is right around the corner. The 2024 fall equinox is happening this Sunday, officially marking the Northern Hemisphere's transition from summer to fall. According to the National Weather Service, the fall equinox is when Earth's axis is neither tilted toward or away from the sun, creating almost equal amounts of daylight and darkness across the globe. Days will get shorter and the sun will begin to set earlier. For those of you leaving us tonight, thank you for watching. Have a great night and a great rest of your weekend. Coming up on the National News Desk, a parent's nightmare, losing their child. How a high-tech tool was able to bring a Louisiana girl home safely. Plus, early voting began today. The 3 states opening their polls and how to cast your vote before the rush. And later, crash risk heightened. The thousands of GM trucks and SUVs experiencing a recall and the signs to look out for.
Plus, Apple is adding AI to its iPhones, but experts say the new software comes with some pros and also some cons. We explain what they are.
You're watching the National News Desk, America's News Now.
The National News Desk is America's News Now.
Drug shortages was a known issue that could have been prevented.
Impactful news now.
About 30% of fatalities are because of alcohol-related crashes.
From nearly 4,000 local journalists across America.
A lot of young people are feeling unsafe due to the street crimes happening.
Locally covered.
They poisoned America's bravest.
Nationally connected.
We need to do something. He's gonna die.
Covers major breaking news across the nation.
We had fires to the west, fires to the east, fires to the south.
Depend on our network of live local journalists.
Beyond the headline.
When news breaks across America.
Blew this trauma promising to ramp up their investigation.
Region by region, state by state, city by city.
We pay lip service to protecting our children.
Provides in-depth coverage, context, and clarity to major stories.
I think seeing marauding gangs of teenagers going into a department store is definitely something new.
Choose America's News now.
Locally covered, nationally connected. The National News Desk is America's News now.
You're watching the National News Desk, America's News now. Live from the nation's capital, this is the National News Desk, America's News now. Good evening, I'm Didi Gatton, and the November election is 46 days away, but 3 states launched early voting starting today. Ryan Smith is at the live desk with a look at some of the first polls open this season. Ryan?
Election season now picking up steam. Early voting now underway in 3 states, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Virginia. Let's take a look. This sweeping line right here this morning, this is out of Fairfax County, Virginia. Our crew capturing the crowd there. People were lining up as the doors opened at 8 in the morning. Now, according to the Pew Research Center, about 4 years ago, about a quarter of all voters cast ballots in person before Election Day. Now, remember that, of course, was in the height of the pandemic. And as we enter this final sprint, the Postmaster General responding tonight to widespread concerns and criticisms about lost or delayed election mail.
We don't control when ballots are mailed by election officials or when they must be returned. But we do want to do our best to ensure that our system is effective for voters who choose to utilize us to cast their ballot.
Now, this comes after election officials in all 50 states issued an urgent plea last week calling for immediate action on improving the training and election mail processing from the United States Postal Service.
On Capitol Hill, the Secret Service remains under scrutiny after 2 assassination attempts on former President Donald Trump. Today, Congress took the first of what is likely many steps to try and instill change in the agency. National correspondent Matt Gelka reports.
The Secret Service cited complacency, poor communication, and a lack of diligence as some of the failures from the Butler, Pennsylvania rally where the former president was almost shot and killed. The agency's acting director said they need to be more self-reliant.
As a result of these failures, what has become clear to me is we need a shift in paradigm and how we conduct our protective operations.
The yeas are 405, the nays are 0.
The House was in complete agreement, unanimously passing a bill increasing Secret Service protection for vice presidents and major presidential and vice presidential candidates. It's a direct response to the first attempt on former President Donald Trump's life back in July. But in the time it took Congress to vote on the bill, they went on a break for summer recess, and another man with a high-powered rifle was arrested in another apparent assassination attempt at a Trump golf course in Florida. That suspect, Ryan Routh, was allegedly lying in wait to attack the former president for nearly 12 hours. Missouri Republican Senator Josh Hawley says new whistleblower claims suggest the Secret Service was supposed to secure the golf course's perimeter, but did not.
I want to see the new director come out and say, we're going to make some changes around here. We're going to change our protocols. We're going to level with the American people about what happened at Butler. We're going to level with the American people about what happened over the weekend. How was that shooter allowed to stay along that fence line for 12 hours?
Shoring up the Secret Service is a rare moment of agreement among Democrats and Republicans. President Biden said last week Congress should get the agency the help they need.
The one similarity for me, at least, seems to be that the perimeter they're setting up around the former president seems to be too small. You can get too close to him, especially with the technology of weapons that are available to American people.
The acting Secret Service director said they need more money, but it's unclear what the Senate will do, whether or not they'll take the House's bill as is, or they'll try to add money, as Congress also tries to figure out a short-term spending plan. For the National News Desk in Washington, I'm Matt Gelka.
Schools right now across the country facing a flood of violent threats made by students all in recent weeks. From Seattle to Texas, all the way down to Florida, we're tracking administrators and law enforcement officials carving out new and unique ways to try and cut down on what's becoming an all too common social media hoax.
If you make a threat against a school, you will be found, you will be arrested, and you will be held accountable.
Our station there in Austin, KI, reporting schools there received more than 30 threats of violence just last week alone. That's about 10% overall of what they saw all of last year. And driven by the ongoing frustration of false threats in Florida, Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood with a controversial response here, now publicly sharing the mugshots of juveniles accused of those crimes, and also right here sharing videos of them online of them being called off in handcuffs.
Israel landed another major attack on Hezbollah today with a strike in the Lebanese capital that killed one of the terror group's top commanders. The IDF said its airstrike killed Ibrahim Akil, the apparent leader of Hezbollah's operations team, along with 10 other senior commanders. The strike targeted a multi-story building in southern Beirut. Lebanon's health ministry reported at least 14 dead and 66 wounded, with the toll expected to rise. Even after repeated Israeli attacks on Hezbollah, President Biden said he's determined to end the bombings and broker a ceasefire before the situation continues to escalate. Right now, the NYPD is ramping up security for the United National General Assembly next week. Both President Biden and former President Trump are expected at the event, with over 100 other world leaders. Law enforcement is also on high alert for protests as the war in the Middle East widens. They say it's an all-hands effort with canine, aviation, harbor, and highway units all activated. Apple is giving more people the opportunity to test a new software update that will install artificial intelligence into Siri. The update will also automate several other features on the iPhone as well. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joining us. Jeff, with this update, Apple is promising that Siri will be able to perform more tasks. Tell us more.
Apple says this iOS update, Didi, will in many ways simply upgrade Siri. The virtual assistant is supposed to become more conversational, versatile, and will be able to complete more tasks without getting a little bit confused. The free update was just made available to people who signed up to test Apple's software before it's officially released to all iPhone users next month. Along with improvements to Siri, the software also has other AI features that will handle writing, proofreading, and summarizing emails. Plus, the AI will provide different editing tools to help modify photos and help make it easier to find older pictures.
So essentially, Apple is building a mini ChatGPT on your phone. It's a smaller version that can look at your data to personalize your experiences with the device.
Now, Garg says there are a couple downsides to this new software. The first being, if Apple gets hacked, a lot more personal information will be exposed. Plus, moving away from the iPhone in the future won't be as easy since you'll be used to a more personalized experience. You don't need the new iPhone 16 either in order to access this software update. The feature will work on iPhone 15 Pro and Max models, but it will not work on other iPhones.
The Federal Trade Commission is out with what it calls a groundbreaking report about the operations of the video streaming and social media platforms millions use every day and how they've allegedly violated users' privacy. National correspondent Atra El-Nashar takes a closer look at the report.
A new government report details a so-called market of commercial surveillance happening right on your smartphone. This Federal Trade Commission report, 4 years in the making, alleges that between 2019 and 2020, these 9 companies collected and shared more personal information of users and non-users than many realized, had lax privacy controls, and inadequate safeguards for underage users. Their goal, the FTC says, keeping people hooked. Using their data to sell advertising services is how they can make billions off a free service. Discord said the FTC report is not accurate. X and Google, which owns YouTube, also defended their policies after the report came out. Under scrutiny from Washington, tech companies have long stood by their practices and intentions.
We built Family Center in Snapchat, where you can view who your teen is talking to, review privacy settings, and set content limits.
We give our users a lot of tools to control their privacy settings on our app.
Even the FTC acknowledges its findings are limited. They only examined how the companies operated in 2019 and 2020. Since then, platforms and business models have changed. Being behind the curve has been Congress's problem, too.
Will you commit to ending Finsta?
By the time most lawmakers are up to speed on the latest platforms and how they work, let alone advance legislation to regulate it, the technology has changed.
It's long overdue, but it's just like we have to act.
lack of regulation from Congress over the years has given these companies nearly free rein, the FTC says. Parents have also taken notice and are calling for accountability from both tech companies and Congress for the sake of this generation and the next. Because, as the FTC says, we still know so little about companies that know so much about us. In Washington, I'm Atrel Nashar for the National News Desk, America's News Now.
It started as a parent's worst nightmare. A 10-year-old vanishes into the woods here alone in the middle of the night. How she got there and what deputies used to track her down next.
Taking a live look over Las Vegas from our station KSNV, part of our network of 4,000 local journalists. Clark County School District Police are ramping up traffic law enforcement school zones. Last year, 139 students were hit by cars on their way to or from school. This year, 12 students have already been hit in just 5 weeks. You're watching the National News Desk, America's News Now.
The National News Desk is America's News Now.
Drug shortages was a known issue that could have been prevented.
Impactful news now.
About 30% of fatalities are because of alcohol-related crashes.
From nearly 4,000 local journalists across America.
A lot of young people are feeling unsafe due to the street crimes happening.
Locally covered.
They've poisoned America's bravest.
Nationally connected.
We need to do something. He's going to die.
Covers major breaking news across the nation.
We had fires to the west, fires to the east, fires to the south.
Depend on our network of live local journalists.
Beyond the headline.
When news breaks across America.
Blew this trauma seem to ramp up their investigation.
Region by region, state by state, city by city.
We pay lip service to protecting our children.
Provides in-depth coverage, context, and clarity to major stories.
I think seeing marauding gangs of teenagers going into a department store is definitely something new.
Choose America's News Now.
Locally covered, nationally connected. The National News Desk is America's News Now.
A Louisiana girl who was missing it for hours in the woods, back home safe tonight, all thanks to one high-tech tool. This 10-year-old got lost while sleepwalking here in the middle of the woods Sunday night. This is the moment where deputies finally were able to track her down, all thanks to a thermal imaging drone. Law enforcement and hundreds of volunteers spent the day looking for the girl, as well as a drone company that had heard about the search and offered up their equipment. Authorities say there are wild hogs, rattlesnakes, and so many other dangerous wildlife in that area. Pretty